What's good, everybody? Let me make sure I got my audio right. We good? All right. What's good? What's good? Sorry about the late start. I was supposed to start a few minutes ago. I had to reset the PC. OBS was giving me a few problems, but we are back and we are live, and we will be breaking down the new gameplay slash story trailers that we got for the Winter Soldier and Cloning Lab today. And it's a lot to unpack, but as always, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you guys, tell you my honest opinion, give you my insight and my perspective on what we saw today, and just my expectations for when we ultimately get to this upcoming Tuesday when we actually get the update for patch 2.7. But let's do some quick shout outs. What's good, Mason, Naruto, Goog Bangin, OHB, Colson, Robert Huff, what's good, bro? Why didn't they think to show him off this way for the reveal? Like I said, marketing decisions, bro. Like we don't know the inner workings of it. We don't know, the insights or anything like that. All we can do is speculate from the outside. What's good, Mel Action, Orlando, Scott Dawson. Let me see. All right, we good. We good. Okay, you got it. All right. Zach Bauer, what's good, everybody? Like I said, we can jump straight into, everything that we got for today, so far. So, this was one of the shots I took from the trailer, showing off his skin. This was dope. Like, I was 50-50 on if they were going to do something like this, like these kind of skins for him. I'm definitely glad to see that they did. What's good, GI Skills? This is one of my favorite looks. This is his incognito setup when he pretty much goes off on his own and he escapes from his captors and he's trying to put his life back together and stuff like that. But he wants to be undercover in society. This is typically the look he goes for. I like the jacket. You got the shades and cap, and it's a simple look, but it's effective. Then just like I told you guys, we got the World War II throwback with the domino mask. This is dope. I know you guys see that AR. You got the scope on there and everything. I'm liking all of that. I'm liking his design. I've been hearing a lot of criticism about his design, like his face, his hair, all of that stuff. To be fair though, the early gameplay previews, or not even gameplay, but like his intro animations and emotes that they were showing off in the Twitter replies, that does look a little janky. That didn't look like it didn't look smooth or like complete. I don't doubt that is probably what it's going to finally look like, but again, Twitter compresses on images and videos and stuff like that in a way that doesn't make it look the best on in general. But even still, it's like I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt on that, and hopefully he looks a lot better once we actually get him in game. But yeah, like this, we got some interesting designs for him. They show off a few more in the trailer. We'll get to that. But there we go. So we don't need that music, honestly. They dropped a few trailers today. We got this trailer showing off this new Captain America, just the basic skin. Nobody called this one out. This one was deep in the back pocket for him, I guess. It looks fine. Like I think it's fine as it is. I honestly think this probably would have been better served as the shipment skin. So like the new shipment skin for next month or something like that. This probably would have been better served as that. But people, if you like it, as always, hit up that marketplace and do your thing. It's decent. I'll probably catch it in the future on like a super sale or something like that. But probably not a day one pickup for me. Give me your thoughts on his combat, the way it's too similar to Cap. We'll get to that, bro. Prince J, we'll be breaking all of that down. Like I said, the people if you've been playing this day one, or if you've been playing this game since day one, and if you're a Captain America main, you're going to see a lot of familiar stuff in his gameplay. But that's not unexpected, But I am hoping that they can kind of change that perception with the War Table coming this Monday at 1:00, which I'll be streaming, of course, and letting you guys check that out here. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you got notifications on and all of that good stuff. And if you haven't already, drop a like on this video. It definitely helps support the channel. But keeping it pushing, here's today's video.
Avengers. We have so much to catch up on. Perish by my flames.
So that's the Cloning Lab trailer that we got today. We're gonna run it back. We're gonna break it down, frame by frame and all of that good stuff. But it's a lot to unpack from that trailer alone. We can start with the good. And let me get back to the chat. Appreciate you guys as always for coming through. As always, if I didn't say that already, what's up, Abby? What's up, JDC? What's up, Dacus Vibes? Robert Huff, Jazzy Butters. What's good? Treasure. What's good, Treasure? Appreciate you coming through. Let me see what we got. That ground pound not being his metal arm is not bad. I don't get it. He's a super soldier. I mean, like I said, it's if you look close enough, you're gonna spot a few flubs here and there and things like that. But like I said, we can run it right back and get straight into all of that. So first things first. This is a Cloning Lab trailer, so you got MODOK back, right? Cut the volume down. They got new dialogue. This is the stuff, Brian Wagner was bragging about a couple months back about sitting in on voice acting sessions and things like that. So all of that stuff was new material for Cloning Lab specifically, which is why they had, groups of all the voice actors together, because I'm pretty sure it's a war table dialogue scene and things like that. So all of that stuff was geared towards this. Thank you, Ben, for the $2. What you playing first out of the new content? It depends on the poll that I put up on the channel today. So if you guys haven't voted, you can drop a vote over there for what you want to see me go to first on the day that the patch drops. But it's looking like Bucky. Last time I looked at it, it was like 89% votes for Bucky. So that's what I was leaning towards anyway. So it's like it'll more than likely be Bucky gameplay and leveling him up and filling out his kit and everything. The move has two variations. One move uses right arm, other uses left. The left starts mid-air and the right arm ground pound is a floor combo. Okay, appreciate you throwing that out there. Like I said, I'm not gonna overly critique it or overly criticize it, but we will keep it real, and you will get my honest thoughts and impressions on what we do see. So, like I said, we got MODOK back, but this environment does look familiar. So, this doesn't look like a wholly new location. So, I'm hoping, they do something clever, like they set up multiple encounters with MODOK in the OLT. So maybe you fight him in one place, for a little bit, and then he runs off and you fight him somewhere else. I doubt that, because we haven't really seen them design anything like that. What's good, Just Day? I don't know if I said what's up already. I remember seeing your comment, though. What's good, Goog Bangin'? What's good, Meepa? Neiman? Appreciate you guys coming through. Like I said, if you haven't already, make sure to drop a like. It definitely helps support the stream. But yeah, this environment doesn't look wholly new, but there was a location that did look like it was a new location in the game. But this kind of looks pretty familiar, so we'll push forward. So this environment doesn't look like anything we've seen in regards to something with AIM. It looks kind of similar to something like an environment you would see in Wakanda. So it's like I don't know what's going on there, but it looks like it's kind of underground. But like if you look at these doors over here, this looks like Wakanda. Like this looks like a Wakandan facility in some regards. I haven't really heard anybody say anything about that, but this definitely doesn't look like a typical AIM lab or anything like that. So again, this location doesn't look wholly new, but we could be wrong. It's an aim lab. They tend to all kind of follow the same beats anyway, so it's like you never truly know. But it's the snowy tundra area where we fight Taskmaster. You talking about where we just where I was just looking at with Bucky? And what's good, Storm and T'Challa? How you doing? And what's up, Naruto? But it's a new Omega level threat cloning lab. So this is the image they've been promoting for the past 2 years, basically. And we're finally going to get to go to that location. But yeah, like this stuff, I'm not sure. Let me go back. Let me go back a little more. So this stuff you're seeing right here with Bucky, doing his takedown on the Exo. I'm not sure this is a wholly new location. Like this looks very similar to where we hop around, get into the main lab, in the No Rest for the Wicked villain sector. So again, it's like I don't fully know what the original vision was for Cloning Lab, like what the level design and layout and everything looked like, but we are seeing a lot of stuff that's looking pretty familiar in this trailer alone. So going in, I would say probably like if you're expecting like completely new environments and structures and things like that, you might want to temper those expectations because it doesn't really look like that's what's going to be happening here. Yeah, it's the exact same location. Jazzy, if you can send me some screenshots over on the Discord, I'll post them up here. What's good, John Howard? What's good, Karen? Appreciate you guys coming through. Lobo, thanks for streaming this. Oh, of course, bro. Like I said, I was waiting to hop on stream and break this down. Like I said, I had to reset the PC because of problems with OBS, but started and now we here. But yeah, you got that cool takedown with Bucky. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I love what I'm seeing from him for the most part. Like his design works for me. It's fine for me. It's like I've been hearing a lot of people like really criticize it and like scrutinize his hair, his face. If you look at his face, I'm actually glad we caught this here. If you look at his face, it feels like his face is a combination of assets from Captain America and Hawkeye. And again, he's a generic looking white dude for the most part. So it's like I'm not expecting much from that, and I'm not expecting him to look identical to his MCU counterpart or anything like that. So that's not something I'm hung up on, but I understand people you have a unique vision in mind for what you want these characters to look like, and if that's a deal breaker for you, I get it. I just don't have that same hang up is all I'm saying. But like I said, I am liking what I'm seeing. Like that kick was clean. That's a clean kick. This feels like a mix of what they're talking about, like with his style, where he has the combat training of Captain America, but he has some of that finesse and flair that you would see accustomedly or more accustomed to being associated with the Red Room training. So some of that flamboyant fighting that you see from Black Widow, like that kind of seems reminiscent of that. But like I said, it's a clean kick. I like it, like the animation, like the landing. You see the AR gameplay. This is scenes from the campaign. Where's my mouse? Okay. So going back, you got some knife gameplay there. So he does have the knife. As you guys just saw, he does have the knife on him. But you got the gunplay. Like I said, this is the campaign cutscene all over again, and then you got the knife. And it's like, you get back to this. So this is a new animation that they threw in for MODOK, for his multiplayer boss fight. They talked in the past about having to redesign his gameplay specifically to fit multiplayer. And, I understand that. But again, like I said, pay attention to the location. The location doesn't look, it looks small. This looks like a small place to be fighting such a big enemy. And it doesn't look wholly new. Like this looks like the room where you fight Monica in at the end of No Rest for the Wicked. So we could be wrong, but I don't know. This doesn't look like a new location. And this wasn't what I was expecting where like Cloning Lab to be. So they are showing Bucky in different locations. Like Bucky isn't necessarily all of the locations you see behind Bucky aren't coming from Cloning Lab. Like This space right here. This is somewhere in Utah. So this could be like a priority mission or something like that, or one of the war zones in Utah. But I don't think this is what you're gonna see when you're running around in Cloning Lab. Could be wrong. My early speculation. Like I say, you got some combos here for Bucky, showing off some of the grenade gameplay, flexing the arm on them. You know, you see all the players taking on MODOK here. And, you know, again, it's like the environment just doesn't seem all of that big. It's like you got a wall right there and the other wall is right here. It's like it doesn't seem like there's going to be a lot of room to move around. And depending on the attacks that they give MODOK, that could be a bad thing in some regards. So we'll have to see what his new mechanics are and everything, how he's designed. But this doesn't look like the most ideal place to set a final boss fight with him. Like the location that you fight the Super Adaptoid offers way more space, you know, to get around, especially for 4 players. But, you know, like I said, we'll see. What's good, DJ? Appreciate you coming through. And like I said, if you guys are just popping in, you know, drop a like on the stream. Definitely help support the channel. Let's push forward. You got some emote animations. And so this, I don't know what's going on there with MODOK. Look like he might be going into a phase, or he might be starting up something, or you get what I'm saying? This could be the start of the fight or something, but I think that's going to be a gameplay mechanic for him. But that's pretty much what we got from as far as Cloning Lab, the new MODOK boss fight, and showing off a little more of Bucky that we didn't see in his story trailer, which we're about to jump into right after this. But what are you guys thinking so far about this trailer? Like, drop a 1 in the chat if you thought this trailer, you know, was good promo for the game. All right, Jazzy, I got you. Like that grenade gameplay, like I'm liking what I'm seeing from him. But if you guys were watching my streams back when I was replaying the campaign, I told you guys, like, I can see a lot of opportunity for them to use Captain America's combo sets and things like that. For Bucky, you just remove the shield, because the shield arm, the arm that Cap uses for his shield, would be Bucky's metal arm. So his combo finisher, which he does have that, you know, let me see if this is the trailer that shows off his combos a little bit. But like his kick, he has Captain America's kick, he has Captain America's finishing punch and everything. And there's another attack that I saw that comes directly from Captain America, which again, we knew going in that he was going to have, you know, shades of Captain America all over his gameplay. Honestly, I think they would have been better served showing off a little more of his unique gameplay, just to kind of, you know, put those fears and concerns to rest for a lot of players. But, you know, brand decisions, I guess. But yeah, you showing off the grenade gameplay. You showed off the AR gameplay. Showed off some of his combat with the spin kick, the takedowns, some cool aerial shots. So we're going to move over to his other trailer, his story trailer.
Marvel's fan favorite anti-hero, the Winter Soldier, is joining the Avengers roster. The Winter Soldier is a force to be reckoned with and has an all-new set of moves and abilities, and a custom mission chain.
You're welcome.
The Crystal Dynamics dev team has taken great care bringing Bucky Barnes to life. His look, fighting abilities, and narrative have been crafted in a way that is faithful to his comic origins, yet unique to our game. Bucky Barnes made his comic debut all the way back in Captain America Comics #1 in March of 1941 as Cap's teen sidekick. Their legendary Nazi fighting exploits continued in comics well into the 1950s. Bucky met a seemingly permanent demise when a bomb on a plane he and Rogers were attempting to defuse exploded above frigid Arctic waters, killing Bucky and freezing Cap in the wreckage. Bucky was resurrected as the Winter Soldier in the 2004 issue of Captain America #1, written by Ed Brubaker. Thought long dead, Bucky was revived by the evil Department X, a covert Soviet agency responsible for training Russian super soldiers and the deadly assassins of the Red Room. He was outfitted with a bionic arm and brainwashed, transforming him into a ruthless secret assassin known as the Winter Soldier. After the A-Day disaster, Bucky is distraught by the loss of Steve Rogers. Maria Hill reaches out to Bucky and gives him new purpose, finding and rescuing missing Inhumans. However, he still feels he needs answers for Cap's death. Monica uses this to set a trap, capturing and reactivating him as the Winter Soldier, trying to weaponize his mind control protocols to harness MODOK's frightening powers. Bucky is rescued by the Avengers, but he is initially hesitant to join them, knowing that Monica's protocols are still out there and could be reactivated at any time. After Natasha uncovers the possible location of the protocols, Bucky teams up with the Avengers to ensure he will never be controlled again. Bucky Barnes is one of the oldest and most compelling characters in Marvel history. The ultimate anti-hero, his deadly skills are the stuff of legend, and his redemptive rise as a true hero weaves a story unlike any other. Now the Winter Soldier has arrived in Marvel's Avengers, bringing exciting combat, an all-new mission chain, and awesome cosmetics. It's time to gather your friends and jump into Marvel's Avengers. Activate the Winter Soldier and join the fight when patch 2.7 drops on November 29th.
All right, a lot to unpack there. Like I said, if you play Captain America, you picked up on a lot, or you should have picked up on a lot of stuff with his gameplay here. So you know, we'll break this down frame by frame again, and let's go. So like I said, clean shots of them. I'm not really a fan of the cargo pants, but you know, it is what it is. Seeing some of his takedowns. So on this one, it looks like he plants a grenade on the back of that aimbot. Yeah, he plants it on his back, throws him in the air, he blows up. So that's a cool takedown. You got the ground pound that people were talking about. He clearly is using his right arm. I don't know if that's intentional. I didn't see another takedown where he uses the left arm. So yeah, I'll look for that. But yeah. You got some war table discussions and things like that. So you will probably have cutscenes for him. So people who were looking for cutscenes and like story development on that front, I think you will see a little more of that than what you got with Jane, where that was completely absent. I think his introduction and story will probably be more in line with how they handled Spider-Man's story. Brian did make a mention of that back when Jane was first dropped. And he said that's how they wanted to proceed with, you know, bigger heroes going forward as far as delivering that story content. But yeah, like you said, you got some clean shots. I'm loving how that AR works. His AR gameplay looks a lot better. I was worried that his full auto, you know, attack mode would look or would function too similar to Black Widow's full auto, which, you know, her bullets are like slow and sporadic all over the place, and it's like that's not great. And he should be a lot more precise than that. So it does look like his bullets go directly at the target, which is something I was really hoping to see. So you got the 1940s flashback. So as far as his story, I made a mention of this over on Twitter, that it's kind of spotty. And I'm hoping that his story is kind of fleshed out a little more with like audio files or cutscenes or something like that. Like I hope the story presentation in the game makes things make a lot more sense and fills in some of those gaps. But you know, his story pretty much follows the same beats as the comics. I know a lot of people are more familiar with his MCU introduction, but you know, he went into war with Captain America as his sidekick, worked with him for years, and then you know they both was trying to take down a Hydra plane. The plane exploded. Bucky loses an arm and ends up frozen in the ocean and is recovered by the Russians. And it looks like they stick, you know, pretty close to that, you know. This comic by Ed Brubaker is amazing too. If you haven't read that or checked that out, but you're in the comics, definitely check this comic out. This is definitely one of the best comics I've had the pleasure of reading. But we're gonna go back to this part specifically so we can hear what they say. because it's like, this is the stuff I'm talking about that doesn't really make sense.
By the evil Department X, a covert Soviet agency responsible for training Russian super soldiers and the deadly assassins of the Red Room. He was outfitted with a bionic arm and brainwashed, transforming him into a ruthless secret assassin known as the Winter Soldier. After the A-Day disaster, Bucky is distraught by the loss of Steve Rogers.
So we just had a major, jump from how he became the Winter Soldier to, oh, here's Bucky after A-Day. And it's like, somebody make that make sense for me. Like, how did he get away from his captors? Like, how did he break away from the Russians? How is he free after A-Day? Captain America didn't just randomly die. He died during A-Day, or, disappeared during A-Day. So you had years to reconnect with him, and Captain America has no knowledge that Bucky is alive. If you read the prequel novel, Captain America doesn't know this man is around. He's been working with Black Widow all of this time. He had a relationship with Black Widow. Black Widow has made no mention of Bucky to Captain America or anybody whatsoever. I know some people read into it that she was talking to Clint about him. What's good, LeJune? Bro, I saw you breaking down this trailer, man. It's crazy, bro. Like, I'm hoping for a little bit better than what it's looking like. But honestly, I won't be surprised if they did ultimately reuse a lot of environments from No Rest for the Wicked and things like that. Like, I won't be surprised for it. It's like, I feel like the expectations are really setting in for what this new team is really capable of, and it's like, hopefully they can do more to show us better going forward, or something that instills a lot more confidence in the team. But so far, it's just been looking like a lot of repurposed assets from what the team already had available, and I don't think that's the standard you want to set for people's expectations going forward. But yeah, it's like his story with A-Day doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It's like, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense why Captain America wouldn't know who he is or what he's been up to all this time. So I'm hoping the audio files flesh that out a little more. But pushing forward,
Maria Hill reaches out to Bucky and gives him new purpose.
So S.H.I.E.L.D. is working with Bucky. Now, I made a video asking the question of who all knew Bucky was alive, because Captain America, you can rule him out, just off the rip. He doesn't know Bucky's alive. He's had no connection or interaction with Bucky since he believed him to have died in the war. So we know that Natasha has come across him. I raised the question of if her mind was wiped a little bit, because that's something that happened in the comics. So they may have a reconnection as well, but in the same trailer, they say she's the one who helps him, track down the protocols that, activate the Winter Soldier program or programming for him. And it's like, so you've been kicking it with him this whole time and didn't say anything to anybody? Like, I would have to assume that's going to cause some kind of problem, some kind of tension within the scene. Like, Captain America should have some kind of feelings behind that. And then again, S.H.I.E.L.D., you know what Bucky means to Captain America. You know who this is. Like, you get what I'm saying? So it's like, the idea that all of these people who work directly with Captain America had no mention or didn't say anything about this to him, that's pretty crazy. Like, that's a pretty big stretch. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, in the movie, they made it make sense where, okay, nobody even really believes he is real, but we do have enough evidence, to suggest that, this is who we think it is. We just have no real way of tracking him up until he really start attacking people in S.H.I.E.L.D. like Nick Fury and Captain America directly. So that makes sense. Nobody, like Nick Fury, wasn't aware of Bucky still being alive to that degree. You get what I'm saying? Natasha didn't know that was Bucky to that degree. You get what I'm saying? It's like they suggest that that they had a history in Civil War when she asks him or tells him he can at least remember her, but again, it's not overtly promoted or anything like that. But this in this narrative setting is kind of weird.
Finding and rescuing missing Inhumans. However, we still.
So going back, this is what I'm talking about with his gunplay. Like, you see how he's aiming dead at that cell, that holding cell, and is hitting every shot. That's what I wanted to see. That's what I like to see. If I aim at you across the way, I expect it to be beaming you down, with precision, because he's a marksman. You get what I'm saying? So it's like I expect that Winter Soldier precision from his gameplay as far as his ranged combat.
He still feels he needs answers for Cap's death. Monica uses this to set a trap, capturing and reactivating him as the Winter Soldier, trying to weaponize his mind control protocols to harness MODOK's frightening powers. Bucky is rescued by the Avengers, but he is initially hesitant to join them.
So when does Bucky get rescued by the Avengers is my second question. Because if he just shows up on the helicarrier like we got with Jane Foster, it's like, how, bro? Like, I feel like you shortchanging the players in a sense with that.
His mind control protocols to harness MODOK's frightening powers. Bucky is rescued by the Avengers, but he is initially hesitant to join them.
So, you got this quick takedown right there. But, yeah, it's like, where in the story does he, reunite with the Avengers? Like, how did he end up on that radar? When did they find out that AIM had control over him and everything like that? Is that something we as the players will get to play through? So, like, with Kate Bishop, when we got to her story or her story operation, you have to go through, you play as the regular Avengers before you actually get to Kate Bishop. So Kate Bishop is already attacking AIM. You link up with Kate Bishop in the process of her attacking AIM. You help out, and then that's how she reunites with the team. So I'm hoping it's going to be something like that where you have to actually unlock him by playing something. So maybe there's a AIM facility you have to go to where you discover the Winter Soldier inside. I hope we get something like that, because I don't feel like that's a little too much to ask. I feel like that should be pretty simple to execute and deliver on. And like I said, I'm just simply hoping to have that make sense. If we just get an audio file like, oh yeah, the Avengers found Bucky, and now he's on the helicarrier, and now they're attacking AIM, and he has a mission chain and stuff like that. It's like we could have did a little more than that. We could have did a little better than that as far as executing his story and background and everything. So okay, I see people asking to go back. How far are we going back to this? To when he's shooting? If this is as far as you guys need me to go back, let me know before I press play. You're asking a lot of good questions that you're not going to get answers to, I feel. I mean, we're going to get answers one way or another, because when we play the game, that'll show us how exactly his story is going to be delivered and how he's reunited with the team and everything. So I'll get my answers. I'm just speculating about what those answers would actually, manifest as.
He gives him new purpose, finding and rescuing missing Inhumans. However, he still feels he needs answers for Cap's death. Monica uses...
So okay, I see what you're talking about. I'm not sure what's going on here. So this seems like they're playing with Bucky inside of the No Rest for the Wicked facility. Then somebody's playing through that mission, it looks like. And this... I don't know if this is just an animation, like an emote or something like that. I don't know what's going on. This could be a heroic setup. So like maybe he, spazzes out for a minute and then, launches into the ground pound or something like that. That's his assault heroic or something. Who knows? Or this could be his support heroic. I don't know, but it's like it's a well-timed animation, given where they are with the narrative explanation. But I don't think this is in the game for no reason. I just don't really know exactly how that would fit into his
Monica
gameplay.
uses this to set a trap.
Yeah, it looks like he's setting up for the ground pound. Like if you actually look at it, there's like a shock wave that goes out.
Monica uses this to set
and then it looks like he's powering up for the ground pound. So could be his ultimate as well. Like I said, I don't really know what they would do for his heroics. I haven't really thought that deeply into what those would actually look like, but this definitely looks like that's what it's about to be. So this could be either his assault heroic or his ultimate or something like that. If his ultimate is just a ground pound, I don't know how I'm going to feel about that. I don't know how I'm going to feel about that unless it comes with a lot of really good buffs or something like that. But yeah, it's like I said, eagle-eyed viewers, oh, no problem, Digital. I appreciate you coming through, bro. As long as you, came through, chill for a minute, drop the like and all of that good stuff, we all good.
The trap,
Catch you
capturing
later.
and reactivating him as the Winter Soldier, trying to weaponize his mind control protocols to harness MODOK's frightening powers. Bucky is rescued by the Avengers, but he is initially hesitant to join them, knowing that Monica's protocols are still out there and could be reactivated at any time. After Natasha uncovers the possible location of the protocols, Bucky teams up with the Avengers to ensure he will never be controlled again. Bucky Barnes is one of the oldest and most compelling characters in Marvel history. The ultimate anti-hero, his...
So yeah, like if you look at these attacks, this is all Captain America. So
Bucky Barnes is one of the oldest and most compelling characters
on takedown, but like this parry
in Marvel history.
That's Captain America. He just doesn't have the shield. That's Captain America's shield parry.
The ultimate anti-hero.
That combo right there, that's Captain America's. That punch kick.
History. The ultimate anti-hero.
That's literally Captain America's. Kaz, what do you think Bucky's MCU skins is going to be? Everything that we get so far, like I don't think they're gonna have difficulty securing the licensing rights for his skins in the way that we've seen with Spider-Man. So I'm anticipating that you'll definitely see his Winter Soldier movie skin, maybe a couple skins from the Winter Soldier, because he has a skin with no mask and he does have a skin with the mask, and I'm sure we're gonna get both of those. You got his designs from Infinity War and Endgame. He has an MCU skin for Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So it's like I think he has a lot of potential to get his MCU skins rolling out. Hopefully they already have some in the pipeline. Hopefully it doesn't take as long to deliver on that as they did with Jane Foster, which I believe hers came like a month late. But it is what it is. But yeah, if you pay attention to these combos,
skills are the stuff of legend.
So I don't need the auto. So it's like it's like this part was what I was trying to get to. That backhand is just Captain America without the shield. So that parry is Captain America without the shield. That kick and combo is Captain America. That's, you can tell, like you could just tell. Like I said, I'm liking what I'm seeing from his range combat. That's cool. And then this, like, that dude is swinging that arm around like a bat. Like, he's going ham. He is getting at them boys with the arm, bro. It felt like he got a sword or a bat or something. Like, he's going to work with that arm. And yeah, you got the cool skin showcase. Is that even his metal arm now? Let me look at it again, because it's like he's swinging right-handed. Yeah, those is all right-handed punches. So he going ham with his regular arm. So I mean, they have confirmed that he is a super soldier, so it makes sense. That's a heroic maybe. Could be. But yeah, this is instantly gonna be one of my favorites. I'm definitely grinding to unlock this on the challenge card if that's where it ultimately comes. Definitely getting this. I was, man, if you would have saw me watching this live, you would have saw me geek out a little bit. Definitely was glad to see this. I like the hair and everything. But, he does, I swear he looked like Captain America, man. He looked like sleepy-eyed Captain America. He looked like Captain America with Clint's eyes. This is his Wakandan outfit. So, peep that. This is the White Wolf arm, I guess, or White Wolf outfit / skin. It's the weirdest thing, though. Why would he be swinging with his right arm instead of his left? I mean, I think his left is mainly going to be for finisher. So, like, that'll be his combo finisher. So, like, uppercuts and straight punches and things like that. And the right arm, because he is still a super soldier, that's his haymaker. So he's, swinging, clearing the crowd with the right arm, and then he finish you with the left. So when the left get involved, That's it. You off your feet, you on your back, and you out of the fight. So this is dope. I wasn't expecting anything like this. I'm loving what they did with the arm. I'm liking the enclosed, helmet and everything. Tank top. We don't see the pants. Hopefully he doesn't have those cargo pants on. But this is a dope one. He got some dope skins in the pipeline apparently. And he back to putting in work. So that move right there, that is Captain America. This is a Captain America combo finisher. The only thing different is Bucky is throwing a grenade down instead of a shield. That's Captain America's throwing his shield and then he lands with a punch. So it's like they put a remix on that. So I see what Miller was saying about their remixing some of his reused animations. So it's like this is 100% a Captain America combo finisher, but they put a spin on it with having him finish with the punch. But yeah, like look at this gun, bro. Like he's putting in work. That guy's putting in work, and it's like he got some clean shots. He'll have grenades. Like I said, I'm liking what I'm seeing, but I will admit that we are seeing a lot of things that look familiar. And if I'm in charge of Brandon, I want to. If I'm in charge of Brandon, I want to do as much as I can to separate him and show how we separated him from other heroes in the game, especially coming off the criticisms that we've been seeing for Winter Soldier and the criticisms that we saw about Jane Foster. I don't want you to have the idea in your head that he's going to be mostly just another clone or he's just another Echo or anything like that. I want to get you as far removed from that sentiment as possible. So I will showcase everything that I can with the exclusion of his heroics, which I know they're going to be saving that for the war table, but giving small glimpses of his gameplay, I would show solely what's unique. So it's like this combo finisher is like, yes, people are going to immediately recognize that that's Captain America, but once you slow it down and actually pay attention to the details, you can recognize that there is some difference there. They did put a bit of a spin there, but all of this other stuff, it's just looking like Captain America. So it's like I'm not really seeing the remix and the twist that you brought to the table that I heard about. So it's like we got the takedown, Cap doing his takedown in the back. We got the parry from Cap. We got the combo from Cap. And then you get him swinging his arm around like a bat. You got some AR combat, which is clean. That running punch is a Captain America move. I didn't even mention that. Jazzy Butters with the 2. Delay War Machine. Do it. We need it now. Delay it. Honestly, if you can release War Machine and he's about 60 to 70%, original, that would be fine. It's like it doesn't take much. So him having similar punches and kicks to certain people, or like take animations from like Hulkbuster or something like that for War Machine, and reuse some of the mechanics from Hulkbuster but in his kit because it makes sense. But like I said, if War Machine is next, it is what it is. Like I said, it is what it is. I hope Bucky feels really good once we actually get our hands on him. But like I said, you can't help but notice a lot of what is already present in the game in his animations that are shown here. So like I said, this running punch, that's Captain America. Just put a shield on his fist, that's Captain America's running punch. But like I said, it works because he has a metal arm. So it's like I get it. In a perfect world, we get completely unique animations for every hero, completely unique combat and everything. But given the nature of this character specifically, it's like I understand I'm seeing room for doing things like repurposing animations and reusing animations where it seems to make sense. But hopefully we're only seeing maybe like 10%, 20% of his kit, and we have a lot more to see on at the War Table stream. What's good, Abstract? Appreciate you coming through. But yeah, it's like, again, appreciate everybody coming through for the stream. If you guys haven't already, drop a like. It definitely helps support the channel. But like I said, just breaking down his gameplay, going through and talking about his story details that kind of stood out as odd to me. But his combat flow looks clean. Like he is clearing a lot of ground with his combo. This combo, that looks like he could have the knife. I'm gonna try to stop it and slow it down. Yeah, it looks like he has the knife, and he looks like he's coming in with the knife. So that could be why he's swinging around, because it does seem like he's throwing something. So it's like that makes sense. I'm glad we went back over that. Yeah, he's coming through with that knife. You can see the entrail on it. So that kind of makes sense. So yeah, he's cleaning up with that knife. Like his knife comeback looks crazy. So that's unique. That's something that I'm glad they added in there. And yes, I'm glad that we took the time to break that down, because that's good. He covers a lot of ground with that knife, and he looks like he's doing, good stun damage and everything, like as far as clearing the crowd out with the knife. So it's like that's looking, impressive. He doesn't look super slow or anything like that. But going back to this scene specifically, where he's talking to Cap and Nat. So it's like, yeah, he compared to them. Like, so looking at like Captain America and then looking at him is like, I kind of get what you guys are saying. I get the concerns. I get the criticisms about his hair and stuff like that. Like, he does kind of look like I don't know. Like, I know Sadat was comparing him to Snape from Harry Potter and stuff. It's like, I get it. I got no answers for that, bro. I don't know what to tell you. I legit don't know what to tell you, but I will admit it does look a little odd and somewhat off-putting. So it's like, if you pay attention to his chin, and if you can see Captain America from a different angle, or if you've seen, you know how Captain America looks in this game. This is Captain America's chin, and this up here just looks like it could either easily be Captain America again or Hawkeye. So I feel like they mixed Captain America's face with Hawkeye's face assets and to give Bucky a somewhat new face. But like, if you pay attention to Jane Foster's face, she looks like Black Widow mixed with Chastity, the lady from the vendor on the helicarrier who sells you cosmetics. So it's like, again, it's like, I get it. You're reusing assets to do what you can and kind of bridge those development cycle gaps. And as long as the content delivers, like as long as he's fun to play, as long as his mission chain is engaging, I think it's going to be forgiven, because again, you got some cool skins to show off for him. How far back were those? I think we were getting to them. Yeah. So you got some cool skins to showcase, and it's like, I feel like the skins, he looks better in his alternate skins for the most part. So, and I'm trying to keep it there. So it's like he doesn't look terrible. It seems to be, it's like it varies from shot to shot. Which one I'm getting? I'm getting all of them, Jay. Especially if they on the challenge card. Hopefully that most of these are on the challenge card, and I can just scoop all of that right up. But yeah, it's like, this is fine. I'm definitely getting this. This is my go-to. I hope they give Captain America something similar, like his incognito setup from Civil War. Like, I would like that, or Winter Soldier. Well, he had it in Civil War and Winter Soldier. But yeah, it's like, this is dope, and that gun is crazy, bro. Like, I'm really liking what I'm seeing from that gun. So it's like, to reuse assets and things is like, I can see it, but at the same time, it's not like a deal breaker or just like it's the end of the world. It's like, I get it. And that's something I always mention in my streams, is like, we can't get down on them for being extremely limited in terms of resources and team members. Like, it's not a big team. They don't have a big budget. And, it makes sense to, be resourceful with what you do have when you can. So again, I don't think there should be a deal breaker for anybody. And again, look at what they did. You got a cool bracelet. You got unique assets that are being brought into this. So it's like reusing, in-game assets to make a face without actually bringing in a new face model and stuff like that. It's like, I can forgive them for that. What's good, Q Mr. Rage? How you doing? But they trying to be Botox surgeons. Hey, I mean, you got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you can, and it's like I just try to be fair with my criticism. So it's like I won't act like I don't recognize the situation that they in. Some stuff, yes, you got to do a little better than what you're doing. So it's like reusing those animations, not animations, but locations for Cloning Lab. That's not a good look given how long it's taken to actually get Cloning Lab, launched and what they've been saying it's going to be. So it's like you had a new vision, you held it back to relaunch it with a different vision, and it's like, if that's your new vision, it's like people are definitely going to clown you for that, because it's like, what you could have just threw out what we had. You could have slapped MODOK in there a year ago and just gave it to us. But again, that's the nature of the beast at this point. What's good, Bucky Barnes? We breaking you down right now, bro. How you feeling about your gameplay? We got a glimpse of you with the knife. You pretty clean with the knife. I'll give you that. I'm liking your White Wolf setup too. What's good, Scott Preacher Man? How you doing, bro? I hope you've been feeling good. Hope the week has been kind to you thus far. Does he have pistols? No, I think the AR is all you're gonna get from him as far as range combat. I don't think he's gonna have be able to switch between weapons like Black Widow does, where she switches her weapons to a degree. It's like she switches from dual wield pistols to one pistol. He's just going to be switching between auto fire, grenade, and a shotgun. He has a shotgun feature allegedly, and that's his kit. You got the knife, you got grenades, you got the metal arm, you got the combat training, from the army, the Russians, the Red Room. So it's like this dude has a lot on his plate. But yeah, it's like these skins are clean, bro. Like, this is clean. I can see a lot of people scooping that up. And once his MCU skins hit the marketplace, you already know people are gonna go crazy. So it's like he's going to look better anyway at some point. It's not just that one iconic skin. So yes, his iconic design probably isn't the best in the game, but it's all good. You having a very bad day, Preach. Sorry to hear that, man. If you need to hit me up on the Discord a little later, I got you. As always, I can make some time, to chop it up with you. We need that Cap American Winter Soldier skin with the black paint on his. Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they got options for his skins. Like, you got the mask, you got the face paint, you got none of that. You just got plain face Bucky. You got some variety to go for, and hopefully they take advantage of that. But yeah, like I said, I don't think this is the worst they could have done, and I think it all just really comes down to marketing and branding. So it's like, ideally you would have showed off a little more unique things in his combat, but it's like they like to tease things. They like to tease, and they like for players to find things out for themselves. So it's like, while I appreciate that and I really enjoy figuring out things that weren't advertised, because of the negative perception that the game consistently has, I think you should always try to put your best foot forward. And the time that you spend not marketing the game, like prior to this, so between August and now, I feel like you should have been really honing these trailers to showcase unique, brand new animations and gameplay to showcase two players that he's not going to be a one-to-one with any character, because after seeing this trailer, you would be forgiven for feeling like he looks pretty similar to Captain America. What's good, Eastwood? Appreciate you coming through. Can you join the Discord? Yeah. Tay, I see you in the chat. If you can ! Discord, or bring them over a link from the Discord if that one is old. But appreciate you guys as always, man. And like I said, if you want to hang out in the Discord, by all means. We've been what's today? Wednesday. I'm looking to get back to like a movie stream or something, maybe this Friday or Saturday, hopefully. But yeah, like I said, we can definitely chop it up in the Discord and hang out, and play the game. Like we was hanging out yesterday playing some Avengers, running some raids and things like that. So like I said, I'm always around if you guys need it. I'm kind of getting more and back into the flow of, you know, my natural schedule and everything. But yeah, it's like branding and marketing is key, especially for a game like this at this point in its life cycle. So it's like shots like this where you can immediately identify reused environments and things like that is like I would try to get away from that. So a random location, you know, where you know you can't readily identify what that location is like, all right, that's something because that changes the conversation. So you're solely focused on what he's doing versus this looks like No Rest for the Wicked all over again, and this is supposed to be new. But again, I think he's simply just in that location because whoever was the footage that they're recording was taken from that mission. Let's see, Yo Kaz, I wish Bucky came before Cloning Labs because people have to wait to play with Bucky in Cloning Labs. Yeah, it's weird. It was weird to pair him with that, you know, knowing that he wouldn't be able to partake in that particular mission day one, unless they are going to make an exception for the Winter Soldier somehow. I don't see that being the case, and again, it's like you have other stuff you can do with them, but I'm pretty sure they should be well versed in the idea that most people don't want to do the things that you have available as far as multiplayer content. So most people don't want to play the raid. Most people don't want to play the OLTs and things like that. So it's like, and you can't take Bucky into the main campaign or anything like that. So it's like something like that should have been factored in to a degree, but you know, it's like I don't know what their timetable was looking like. I don't know what the whole decision-making process was behind that, but it is what it is at this point. You know, he's coming. He's coming. He's on his way. Yeah, it's like I like that they stuck with his comic roots. I like that they kept the Russians involved with his backstory. I just wish they made it make a little more sense once we get to the redemption part, because that is where the story gets the most tricky. Like, we can check it out again.
After the A-Day disaster, Bucky is distraught by the loss of Steve Rogers. Maria Hill reaches out to Bucky and gives him new purpose, finding and rescuing missing Inhumans. However, he still feels he needs answers for Cap's death. Monica uses this to set by the loss of Steve Rogers as the Winter Soldier. After the A-Day disaster, Bucky is distraught by the loss of Steve Rogers. Maria Hill reaches out to Bucky and gives him new purpose.
So again, it's like, what was he doing during A-Day? Like, where was he? Like, if Captain America was alive and well, like, why didn't you reach out? And, you know, how did he get on S.H.I.E.L.D.'s radar? Like, did he seek them out? You know, did they seek him out? Like, how did any of that go down? What's good, Derek? Appreciate you coming through, bro. How you feeling about these trailers we got for the Winter Soldier and Cloning Lab today? Yeah, I've been reading all the comics with Bucky. That the dialogue that Miller leaked is actually in a comic where he teamed up with Nat and Dr. Doom. Didn't know that specifically, but again, it's like I mean that lends credibility to the project itself, I guess, because you know they're taking inspiration from the comics, so it's like that's always good to see, but you know, again, it's like it's not 100% of a hit, you know, is what I'm saying. So it's like there are some things that could have been done better, you know, and that's the case with anything, but it's like you got some clean shots, you got some unique shots, you know, you showing off a couple of his unique takedowns and everything. So nobody else in the game has a takedown like that, to my knowledge. He has a unique ground pound for the most part, even though that's kind of Captain America, if I'm remembering right. I think he does have something with Captain America. I guess on his heroics, it looks like he's going to have a ground pound, like a super ground pound as one of his heroics. I don't know if that's his ultimate or his assault. I don't know what he's going to do for his support. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's so many ways they can go with that stuff. Like, I just really don't know. Honestly, you should have looked at some of his previous gameplay and mechanics from like Marvel Heroes and Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Have watched the Winter Soldier movie. Yeah, that's my second favorite movie in the MCU. Then he had therapy. Can change his ways. You saw the show. Yeah, they kind of shortchanged him. They kind of rushed through his story in the show, like the conclusion to his arc and everything in the show. I didn't like that, but he was one of the best things about the show. I'll give him that. But yeah, if you just popping into the stream, I'll go back and let you guys check out some of the other stuff. So this is the new Captain America skin that's coming to the marketplace tomorrow. Again, like I said, it's clean. It's a nice little take on the stealth suit. I just think it works better if this is a shipment skin. Like this would have been a great opportunity to just throw something like that in the shipments to kind of make up for leaving your veteran players out of the loop for a month. Like we got left out of the loop a couple times this year, and I think something like this would have been a nice gesture to kind of show good faith. Mid or soldier, he looking clean. We'll see how he fully looks once we get our hands on him. But for anybody who just popped in who haven't seen this trailer, I'll turn the volume on and everything.
Avengers. We have so much to catch up on.
Perish by my flames.
So something I noticed that I didn't notice on the first time around. We're gonna go back to the end. Something I noticed about MODOK that I didn't quite catch. Since MODOK has returned, it looked like he's had bad hair and transplants done. I guess he got self-conscious about his water hair and tried to take some corrections. So maybe he took hair from one of the other clones or something like that. But that his hair needs some work. Like his hair seen better days in the campaign ultimately. It's like this, like I said, this part right here, seriously though, this looked like he's doing some kind of new mechanic that we haven't seen from him before. So they said he will have new mechanics and new gameplay designs and everything, but I don't know. Maybe the hair transplants gave him new powers or something like that. So maybe he got hair from also MODOK and installed that into his programming, and this is what you get. But yeah, it's like I see what you said, Sadai. Wise cloning lab, literally last Avenger standing. That's what I'm saying. So it's like you set yourself up for like really, really harsh criticism because people who've been here from day one, they know that you've been promoting, you promoted Cloning Lab early on, and then it went away, and then it leaked. Like, it went into the live build for some people, like in Italy and things like that. And we got to see what it looks like with the 4 abominations and all of that. And it's like, okay, where is it? And then they held it back because the decision was made that it wasn't going to be, what the game needed it to be at that time. And now fast forward to this, and it looks like it doesn't look like you're doing anything, like groundbreaking with it. Especially with it looking like it's being placed and set in similar environments that we're already familiar with. So it's like, on one hand, you're saying that this isn't the kind of vision you have for the game going forward. But at the same time, it's like, this is the best we can do. So we had to just slap them in a random location that we already have for budget cuts and budget reasons. And it's like, you got to kind of be a little more clear with your messaging and your marketing is what I'm ultimately saying. They need to drop War Machine. I would hope so at some point. Hopefully, he's on the timeline. But at the same time, it's like I really don't care who they bring next. Like War Machine, She-Hulk. As I said in my last stream, they ultimately they should have scrapped all of this and just gave us Captain Marvel. If this was the best content we can get for the end of the year, go big. So scrap scrap Cloning Lab, scrap Winter Soldier, scrap Jane Foster, and just put all that time and energy and resources towards getting the Kree Invasion and Captain Marvel released to end the year. It's like that. I feel like that would have landed a lot bigger across every person's opinion. So it's like we can respect that. I appreciate finally Captain Marvel, a lot more excitement and things like that. So it's like, but I get it. Word is they had limited resources, so they wouldn't have been able. If Captain Marvel would have came earlier or around this time, she would be a pretty similar clone to other people already in the game allegedly. So it's like I get it, but it's like scrap all of that other stuff. We're not working on Jane Foster. We're not working on Cloning Lab and Winter Soldier just yet. We're gonna go all in on making Captain Marvel a unique, addition to the game. Whatever budget we have, we're springing for fresh mocap. So we're gonna have people on wires getting what we need to get done for her because she is a flyer. We need to do all of that, and that would have been my pitch to both Embracer, to Crystal Dynamics, to the team, everybody. This is what we need to do. If this is all we can do, we need to go big or go home because we need this to land. After a year of no content, it took them a year to really get to the next piece of content, and it's like we got to hit. What's good, Arkham? How you doing, bro? Appreciate you coming through. I want to see Bucky's MCU looks. They didn't show anything off today. We might, get some random Twitter replies later, but so far, they haven't shown anything in the trailers. But yeah, it's like you can see here, like somebody probably mentioned the hair plugs to MODOK, and he obviously doesn't like that. So that's probably what starts the fight. Spider-Man probably made a joke about the hair plugs, and it escalates from there. But yeah, it's like this. None of this looks wholly new, and my one hope, like my really hope for a saving grace would be that they still maintain the mechanics of multiple bosses that were supposed to be originally introduced with Cloning Lab. So it's like we know that you can do it. We got the Claw and Crossbones fight in War for Wakanda, and we saw gameplay of multiple abominations in the original vision for Cloning Lab. So I hope that's still there. I hope that is probably what takes place as like the mini boss fight, similar to the Warbot fight that we get in the Family Reunion Omega level threat. So it's like you got the Warbot mini boss, and then you get to the Super Adaptoid at the end, and that's the final boss. So a room where you gotta stop the clones from unleashing, and depending on how you perform and everything, that determines how many clones get released, and you can have up to 4 clones. So 4 abominations, or a combination of Abomination, Taskmaster, and whatever other boss they want to throw in there or something like that. Or that's like, I'm all for like really ramping it up, like really raising the stakes. So it's like you got Monica in the mix. Throw Monica out there again. So you throw a Monica in the Exo, throw a couple abominations out there, and that's your mini boss fight before you get to the real boss fight against MODOK. You have a team of 4 heroes, so it's like that shouldn't be too much to ask. You get what I'm saying? It shouldn't be too much to do in a game like this. And it's like that's the kind of thinking I would hope they would kind of be on the same wavelength on. And again, it's like I get the reworks. I get we want to get the game to a place where it's more accessible for newer players, and it holds them around a lot longer. And it's like you got your pros and cons with that, and there are things they can do better on that front as well. But ultimately, it's like if you're gonna be reworking stuff, bring a lot of that stuff from the campaign on out into the multiplayer. So like that, where you can fight with Kamala outside on the exterior of the helicarrier. Take that level, bring that to multiplayer, and make that like a survival section or something like that, where the helicarrier is being bombarded by AIM, or whatever new villain you bring or something like that, whatever new enemy types you have. Do something like that. So you got the Kree invasion coming up. Have the Kree attack the helicarrier. Have the Avengers have to go out there as a team, as a multiplayer team, and go out there and defend the exterior of the helicarrier from, this invasion. things like that where you're reusing assets that you have, you're just using them in a new way, and it's like, this is fun, this is engaging. People are tired of running around aim labs. People are tired of standing on platforms. People are tired of holding buttons. Let them just fight. Like, as the Godzilla movie, hey, let them fight. Just let them fight. Just let us fight. Throw a lot of shit at us and just let us fight. I can't make it any more plain than that. It's like, that's everybody's, go to, wish for this game. Like, just throw everything at the Avengers and let's see if we can handle it because we're the Avengers. And it's like, I want the game to succeed. I want them to do better. I want them to be the best that they can while also being fair with them about what it is they can and can't do. So it's like, I'm not having outlandish expectations for you, at least to my perception. It's like, if all of what I just said is far more ambitious than what the team can do, I feel like we're in trouble. But at the same time, I understand. It's like, maybe you only have enough people and everybody is spread thin as it is. So it's like, something like that couldn't be feasible. I would love to have a conversation where we could be, honest about that. But, it's like, hey, I don't know. But I feel like there's a way to be ambitious while being, staying within the realm of what the team is capable of. So yes, people are okay in accepting of you reusing and repurposing assets like animations, hairstyles, outfits, or locations, whatever. Hey, if it saves on development time and it releases content faster, I think people will be okay with that. But it has to be worthwhile. So if we're going to reuse assets to get MODOK into a new environment so you can fight him in a new way, all right, let's make it worthwhile. Slapping him in a smaller environment for 4 people to fight him is like, I don't know. I don't know. You get what I'm saying? If I'm on the development team during the meeting for that, I don't know, big dog. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I think we might have to rethink our approach because, again, like, what? So yeah, this can't be Cloning Lab. This is Wakanda. So yeah, this is a Wakanda war zone. So it's like they're showing footage of him in different locations, different war zones, different things like that. And it's like, that's fine. But it's like, people want to see what Cloning Lab looks like. And it's like, from what we're seeing, it doesn't look great. So this is no rest for the wicked. When he stabs him, he's going right up to that door to get inside of there and go on with the rest of the mission and things. So it's like, I can tell just by that. This looks like the same location that you fight Monica in at the end of No Rest for the Wicked. So it's like they teleported away to the same location. Like you get what I'm saying? Like, did you teleport away across the ravine and see if the Avengers left? All right, let's come on back and set up shop. You get what I'm saying? It's like people aren't dumb. People are gonna notice stuff like that, and it's like, there's a way to communicate that to make it make sense to the point where your players can be on your side instead of against you and overly criticizing you. So it's like, yeah, it's like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I feel like the location where you see MODOK inside of the glass tube during the No Rest for the Wicked, where they're trying to revive him, it would have been better to just have him bust out of that thing and you have a fight there. You get what I'm saying? That's a new location. You can have him floating around and attacking different Avengers, showing off new mechanics and things like that. And then if he leaves and goes to somewhere like this, it's like, I get it. That's fine, I guess. But it's like, at least we fought him somewhere new once. You get what I'm saying? Like, something like that. And again, it's like, I'm somebody who's a little more lenient on them than the average player, who is like, a lot of people are kind of fed up with seeing stuff like this. And when they do see stuff like this, they just see it as, okay, it's pretty much a curtain call at this point. So it's like, I get it. Let me see. Y'all get angry once they leave months and months without communicating. Then once they drop something, y'all complain again. Yeah, that's the nature of the game at this point. It's like, I try to encourage people to just accept that. Like, you can't control people's narrative. You can't control people's perception of things. It's cooler and more fun to dump on the game at this point than it is to hype up new content. But it's people, like, don't let that fool you. There are people who are legitimately cool and happy with what they just got. Like, this trailer was good for a lot of people.
Avenger.
I'll run it back if you just popped in.
We have so much to catch up on.
Perish by my flames.
So, the way I see this being kind of approached from the marketing standpoint, like the way I see them logically approaching this is, we just want to showcase Bucky and MODOK. So we want to show that they're coming. They're both coming on the 29th, which they are. So you see that he's alive and well. You know what I'm saying? This is MODOK. He's back. And now you got the Winter Soldier. You got that close up on the iconic, metal arm. For people about to face off with MODOK. He's probably talking in that cutscene. This is the AIM secret lab they've been showcasing in that image, that graphic image that's been floating around for years at this point. You got showcases of Bucky. You're showing off his gameplay, showing that MODOK is back. Him and Monica are still into it. They're not friends. You got a few new mechanics coming in for him. Showing off a little more Bucky gameplay. Hey, look at that grenade launcher. Look at Cap playing with him. Look at Cap got his back. You got Iron Man. You got Widow. It's a hell of a team. I get it. MODOK, he has new animation. He got a new attack that you haven't seen from him before. And that's it. Hey, that's all. Hey, guys, it's coming out on the 29th. Maybe they don't think you're going to look at these things that deeply. Maybe they don't think you're going to recognize this environment, in your first watch through. Maybe they don't think you're going to recognize, some of these similar attacks and things like that. And it's like, at this point, if that's all you thought about and that's all you consider when putting these trailers together and when you're putting your marketing campaign together, I think you might need to have a conversation with someone who's a little more in tune with what players are hoping to see from you and hoping get more in tune with what a lot of the criticisms are. The moment that the Winter Soldier was listed on the leaked list of characters who were being developed or planned, for future release in this game, the instant criticism was he's just going to be a mix of Captain America and Black Widow. He's just going to be a clone of Captain America / Black Widow. And your mission from that point on, as the marketing manager, as the branding manager, as the development team, is to combat that as best you can. So everything about our messaging, everything about our wording, everything about what we show you in the video, in trailers, should be dedicated to putting that narrative to bed as best as we can. That's simply how I understand it. That's how that would be my mindset going into it, because again, I want this to land. But I just want new heroes, new villains, more locations, everything else I don't care about. But I'm tired of AIM. A lot of people are tired of AIM, and it's like that's the kind of criticism you have to be in tune with at this point, which is why I said I would have scrapped all of this that we got this year content wise and just went all in on the Kree Invasion and Captain Marvel. Yeah, but Casual, you've been doing basically nothing but complain. I'm complaining. That's what I'm saying. Like, what is a complaint? What quantifies as a complaint? I'm simply saying, look at the real complaints. I'm not the person that's dumping on this game. I don't dump on this game daily. I don't dump on this game weekly. That's what I'm doing, is not complaining. I'm telling you, as objectively as I can be, that you're not doing much to give people something to not complain about. Like, they're going to complain and you're giving them fuel to complain about. It's like, somebody has a gun and you're giving them the bullets. Hey, here's a shell, here's another shell, here's this. That's not what you want to do. Like, I would say scrap Jane and Bucky because, again, look at the reception of those characters. So that's not me complaining about them. I'm simply saying from a player reception standpoint, how those people were received. What is the main wording around Jane Foster and Bucky? Clone, lazy, They're cutting corners. There's no budget. Mostly negative perception. Yes, there are people who are happy with Jane Foster, myself included. I like the little things that we got that were new for her. I like that they did enough to make her stand out from Thor and feel strong just like Thor, if not stronger. I appreciate that. But the general perception is this was lazy. This game is dying because this is the best they can do at this point. They can't afford to give us anybody new. Same with Winter Soldier. The second he was announced, oh my God, they're lazy. They're just giving us clones. This game is terrible. It's time to shut it down. This is the public perception of the game. I'm simply outlining ways that you can combat that. So if you go with Captain Marvel and you dedicate your resources towards making her completely unique, that's fine. I got you, bro, but that's what I'm saying. Like, what you calling complaining isn't complaining. If this is me complaining, you don't want to see everybody else's video. That's ultimately what I'll say. As I said, he looks clean. I get what you're going for. You're just showing him. What you're showing is fine, but people who've been playing this game and who've been hoping to see more and newer things from you, they're going to spot, the things that are reused and repurposed. So when you hear Cloning Lab was supposed to be a completely new mission. That's supposed to be completely new in-game content. And if that's not what you're delivering, people are going to complain because that's not what you promoted. But if anything other than, hey, this is the best thing ever is me complaining, I don't know what to do for you. As I told you at the start of this stream, I'm going to be objective and I'm going to tell you my honest thoughts about it. I can see both sides because I'm not firmly on either side. I'm not in the camp of everything you do is perfect, and I'm not in the camp of everything you do is bad. I can tell you what you did well. So yes, as a generic trailer, just with the mission of showcasing what's coming, you did fine. We got new takedowns for Bucky. We're getting new stuff for Bucky that we haven't seen before. There is no gameplay before what we got today. So everything you're showing for him is going to be both well received and critiqued because this is all we have. You got a war table coming up on Monday, so that's it. But, it is what it is. You get to see his grenade launcher. You get to see some of the things they've talked about. You got to see knife gameplay and everything like that. You get to see 4 people taking on MODOK, which is what they advertise. You get to seeing him going into a new mode or something like that. You get what you're advertised. I'm just simply saying you have to go a little bit above and beyond because this game gets nothing but negative attention. Every time. Anybody outside of the main Avengers, Play Avengers account that posts anything about Avengers like IGN or Forbes or Marvel Games, it's immediately met with a flood of comments of people talking about, oh, this game is dead. I can't believe people still play this. Yada, yada, yada. The same stuff that you're going to see every time. And I'm saying the way that you get around that is with better marketing. So again, if that's me being negative, I cannot help you. It won't let you join the Discord. Hold on, I got you. Invite. All right, here you go. For anybody who wants to join the Discord, there it is. So it's like, if you want nothing but praise for this game, it's like I feel like you're being unrealistic at this point, and I'm simply pointing out what other people have pointed out. This looks fine. I'm looking forward to the Winter Soldier. I've been looking forward to the Winter Soldier since I saw his name on the list. I don't care. I know that he's going to have similarities with Captain America and Black Widow because he trained with them. This isn't all that we are going to see. They're going to show us more at the war table. So what we're seeing could very well just be 10% of what he has to offer. I've mentioned that as a possibility. But at the same time, this doesn't invoke confidence in the people who are already expecting this to be a lazy addition to the game. So they're not really trying. They're just milking us for skins and just throwing out, half-ass content and stuff like that. This is something, if I'm on the team, it's like I'm not involved with this game, bro. Like I don't get paid to develop this game. I don't get paid to market this game for them by Crystal Dynamics specifically. I don't get paid by Marvel to market this game specifically. But I'm telling you, if I'm a person who's on payroll for this, this is the way that I would think and approach the marketing for this game specifically. Because my number one goal would be changing public perception around this game, so it won't just be people like you who are praising the game. You can be it. like I said, I get you, bro. I'm simply saying, like, if me simply saying they could do better with their messaging and their branding is me complaining, I don't know how to combat that, because it's like that's not me complaining. That's me being as real and objective with you as I can. And again, like I said, it's fine, but just go read the comments. Go look at the video and go look at the comments under this. Go look at the official page. Look at the comments, and you tell me what you see. Go on Twitter and tell me what you see. Go look at the comments for the pictures that they showed of Bucky the other night, and tell me what you see. Like that's it. That's public perception right there. That's the public perception of this game as it is. That's not me. I can't control that. That's 100% on, you know, the internet and how they feel about this. I tell you, I'll catch you later, bro. So Bucky skins, am I right? Hey, you got some good skins. What was that? The next trailer, right? Like I said, if you've been here the whole time, it's like you had to hear me praise the game. It's like I love his AR. I love his I love this. I love seeing him swinging around that knife. I'm loving this. These are my favorite skins from him. Like every skin that they just showed was a hit. Every skin that they showed for him was a hit. Saying that I recognize some of the reused assets, that's not me being negative, bro. That's me being real. That's all. But Prince J, let me see. I feel they show everything I seen, his support with the invisible stuff, his assault, the ballistic. So what invisible stuff did you see, Prince J? I don't think Captain Marvel is coming soon. The team doesn't have the resources to do this. Like I said, I'm not projecting that she's coming anytime soon. I was saying if this was the best that we can do for the year. So we scaled down from, what did we get? 3 heroes last year. You got Hawkeye, Black Panther, and Spider-Man. If we're scaling back down to 2, I would have did, She-Hulk and Captain Marvel. And if, we don't have the resources to really do both effectively, I would scrap She-Hulk and just go with Captain Marvel. So just go with Captain Marvel and a big new event to justify, the long development cycle that it takes to deliver that content. So it's like we have a small team. We only have so much budget to spread around, but we wanted to, really put quality into what we deliver. So instead of giving you quantity in several heroes, we gave you one really good brand new hero that doesn't play like anybody else, and they have brand new content and enemies to come along with it. That's all I'm saying. Vibranium knife. Yeah, it's like like I say, I'm trying to find more, hoping to see more from him that's not Captain America. So it's like his knife combat, that's not, that's nothing that Captain America has. Captain America doesn't swing anything around that fast or that wide. And like I said, his AR gameplay is definitely going to set him apart from everybody else because nobody else is offering that. You put a new spin on Captain America's finisher. You got a grenade. It's like, I know it's been said that he's going to be throwing knives. It's like, I don't know how that would work, because it's like, is that going to be like a combo finisher? Or is that going to, like, how does that work? Because I don't know. Like, I really can't see a way to do that with his range being centered around, using an assault rifle. What's good, Nikita? I don't know if I said what's up to you at the start or whenever you popped in. If I didn't, my bad. And what's up to everybody else who just popped in? Appreciate you coming through. If you just popped in and you haven't seen either of the trailers, drop a 1 in the chat and I can run it back for you. But yeah, Indeed Gaming, bro, it's like we just happen to exchange. I'm just explaining, what I'm doing. I'm not, trying to put you on the spot or nothing like that, or, make you feel bad or nothing like that. You're free to have your opinion. I just didn't understand how what I was saying was viewed as complaining, but we good. I said the invisible when he shot his gun and went invisible in this trailer. So let's run this back and see, because I don't remember seeing that.
The Winter Soldier is joining the Avengers roster. The Winter Soldier is a force to be reckoned with and has an all-new set of moves and abilities. and a custom mission chain.
You're welcome.
The Crystal Dynamics dev team has taken great care bringing Bucky Barnes to life. His look, fighting abilities, and narrative have been crafted in a way that is faithful to his comic origins, yet unique to our game. Bucky Barnes made his comic debut all the way back. Bucky was resurrected as the Winter Soldier in the 2004 issue of Captain America #1, written by Ed Brubaker. Thought long dead, Bucky was revived by the evil Department X, a covert Soviet agency responsible for training Russian super soldiers and the deadly assassins of the Red Room. He was outfitted with a bionic...
Yeah, guys, we don't got to argue in the chat or nothing like that. It's not that deep. Honestly, like I said, it's what's good, one shot, one kill. It's fine, bro. Like, everybody is free to feel how they feel. If everybody felt the same, the world would be a boring place. You don't have to get out on anybody. Like, I hate that so much of the community is devolved down into calling people shields and defenders and stuff like that. It's like, most people at the base of it, everybody wants this game to be better, and it's like, just leave it at that. You don't have to attack everybody and attack people for liking stuff more than you do, or they don't like it, or they're not as positive about it as you was like, and stuff like that. Let's keep it clean.
Arm and brainwashed, transforming him into a ruthless secret assassin known as the Winter
Can you
Soldier.
customize his AR? I'm pretty sure you'll be able to do so with the skill
After
tree.
the A-Day disaster, Bucky is distraught by the loss of Steve Rogers. Maria Hill reaches out to Bucky and gives him new purpose, finding and rescuing missing Inhumans. However, he still feels he needs answers for Cap's death. Monica uses this to set a trap, capturing and reactivating him as the Winter Soldier, trying to weaponize his mind control protocols to harness MODOK's frightening powers. Bucky is rescued by the Avengers, but he is initially hesitant to join them, knowing that Monica's protocols are still out there and could be reactivated at any time. After Natasha uncovers the possible location of the protocols, Bucky teams up with the Avengers to ensure he will never be controlled again. Bucky Barnes is one of the oldest and most compelling characters in Marvel history. The ultimate anti-hero, his deadly skills are the stuff of legend, and his redemptive rise as a true hero weaves a story unlike any other. Now the Winter Soldier has arrived in Marvel's Avengers, bringing exciting combat, an all-new mission chain, and awesome cosmetics. It's time to gather your friends and jump into Marvel's Avengers. Activate the Winter Soldier and join the fight when patch 2.7 drops on November 29th.
Yeah, I never saw him shoot anybody and go invisible. Maybe it's coming in this one.
Avengers.
But yeah, he like he's gonna be perfect for like a hybrid style of gameplay, so a mix of melee and range.
So much to catch up on.
Perish by my flames.
I think those grenades gonna be. Oh, okay. That's it. That's what you think. Okay. So honestly, I didn't pay much attention to that. It's like I felt like the graphics kind of blurred out during that part. But yeah, thank you for pointing that out. Thank you for pointing that out. So yeah, it's like that's going to be something he gets from Black Widow, but he goes invisible a different way, I guess. So he's shooting something that renders him invisible. That's a nice touch. That might be his heroic, like his support heroic. So again, it's like you're going to get a lot of cool stuff from him, and I know a lot of people are complaining about not being able to jump straight in the cloning lab with him day one. I don't care, bro. Like, cloning lab might not even be all that great, honestly, and so it's like it's not the end of the world. I'm interested in going through the raid with him because I want to see how he functions in there, how useful he is. Like, he should be really good during the forge part with Shuri, where you gotta take out the corrupted vibranium. He should be serviceable in every part of the raid because of his combat setup. he's one of the true range people in the game. So it's like he should be very good in the raid, and I want to see how I'm gonna test him out in the family reunion Omega level threat. So it's like it's stuff you can do. So it's like I get it. He can't go straight into cloning lab, and it's weird that his story is supposed to be tied into that. And as I said, like, we don't know exactly how that's gonna play out. So they could make an exception for him somehow or something like that. We honestly don't know. And honestly ain't that deep. It's not like you don't have anything to do with him. You can level him up to 150 and take him straight into the raids and get stuff done. We get a new event tomorrow, so it's going to be stuff you can do. If they give us the Tachyon event this week, you can shoot Bucky up past one on level 160 that day. You get what I'm saying? So it's like it's levels to it. But like I said, it's a lot to look forward to. Like I'm looking forward to actually seeing his war table Monday and actually playing with him that Tuesday. I've been waiting to see him get announced and showcased and everything like that for the longest time, and it felt like the day was never going to come for a while. And it's like I'm happy that he skipped the line. I'm glad that we're still getting new content. It's free content, so it's like the overly criticizing, like what they're doing with assets and stuff like that is like that's another reason I don't go hard on them, because it's like I don't even have to pay for this. Like this is dropping on Tuesday for free. So fighting MODOK again in the same place for free, whatever. Getting Winter Soldier completely free. Cool. You get what I'm saying? It's like it's whatever. Like if you was charging me for this, then it's like, yeah, we gotta have a conversation about what you charging me for, because then I get to debate what I feel like the value is there, because I have to pay for this. So if I don't feel like a skin is worth $14, I have the freedom to not pay for that. I have the freedom to wait for a sale or something like that. So when you're asked to pay for something, then it's like, yeah, your criticism is very important, and how you feel about that and what you feel is worth is very important. But if it's free, it's only so much I can criticize you on. You get what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, bro, like fighting with Captain America behind you is something I've been waiting to do for the longest. I can't wait. I can't wait to get Falcon in the strike team. Hopefully he gets somewhere in the pipeline. You get what I'm saying? Like hopefully we get to a point where we can get a hero every couple months. Maybe a hero with some kind of mission chain or something like that every couple months instead of every 6 or more months and stuff like that. Hopefully. So it's like I'm still optimistic. My hope for this game, my genuine hope for this game long term, is that next year they have a plan to roll out free to play across, like, in general. So the game is just going 100% free to play, and their vision for patrol mode that includes join in progress and supposed to feature new villains. I haven't seen any villains that are planned for that, but what I've heard is there is a specific villain that will be new, and I'm hoping that's what the vision is for the game, and I'm hoping that's well received. So it's free to play. More people are coming in. More people are engaging with the marketplace. More people are buying content and stuff like that, and that gives them the boost that they need to roll out the content. That gives them the resources that they need to deliver more, engaging content, more exciting content in the future. So it's like, I can bear with you this year. I'm willing to bear with you this year. I'm willing to give you the time that you need this year to get the stuff that you need in order. You just got acquired by a new publisher or a new owner, I think they're publishing themselves at this point. And again, it's like that could be great for the future. It could be bad for the future. The future isn't here yet. We got to wait for it to get here. But I want to see them do better. I want to see them succeed. If we can get War Machine in the pipeline as the next hero, you already know. If you've been following this channel, you've been subscribed to this channel, I'm going ham the second we see a promo image for War Machine as the next hero. You can say whatever the hell you want. Call him a clone, call him an echo, do what you feel. When we get to his trailer breakdown, I'm going ham. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I still like the game, bro. It's like I love the game. I wish we had more to do. I wish they focused on delivering, not even wholly new stuff. Like I say, just give me some of the stuff out of the campaign and let me play that in multiplayer or single player. Just Just bring it out of there and let me play that with new heroes. So let me play that content with Spider-Man. Let me play that content with Winter Soldier and Jane Foster, and just bring it out here. It's like that doesn't seem like that's too much of an ask. But like I said, I'm looking forward to it. We only got a couple more days until he gets here, and it's like I'm really hoping that the Tachyon anomaly is the new the new event that we get going into next week, because like I said, that's definitely going to help with leveling Bucky up and getting him where I need him to be. Because day one, I'm doing it all. I'm gonna run through Colonial Labs just to showcase what it is, just to see what it is and everything like that, see how it functions, see all of that stuff, so you guys can see it. But once we get into Bucky, we doing it all. We're going through war zones, we're going through threat sectors, we're going through the raid, the OLT. We're gonna do everything that we physically can with Bucky that day, and I think you can run them through some campaigns too. So like, I might be able to run them through not Captain Marvel, Black Panther's campaign and stuff like that. So it's like I might replay the War for Wakanda with him. Like I said, we gonna get it in with Bucky when he drops. We're gonna find out everything we need to know about the Winter Soldier once he actually gets here. So I'm locked in. Nothing about these trailers turned me off to the update. Nothing about these trailers turned me off to, the Winter Soldier or anything like that. I'm just taking note of things, but I'm excited. It's the Winter Soldier, bro. Like, how many AAA games have the Winter Soldier that's not like a 1v1 fighting game or something like that? It's like, this is a AAA game with, free roam aspect. So it's like you got a wide range of space to run around with him. And it's like that got to count for something. He got his AR. You get what I'm saying? He got multiple ways of shooting. I'm doing it. I'm doing it all. I've been waiting a minute to level Iron Man up past 175. Yeah, it's like we finally get a way to go beyond 175, and I think that's just a baby step towards doing more content that's going to bring you to higher levels later on in the game. But they're trying. That's what I'm saying. They're trying to meet you halfway. So it's like I'm not trying to get down on them for trying to meet you halfway. They scale back on the operation stuff because that's time consuming. That's a lot of resources. That's a lot of everything. But it's like at the same time, they know you want cutscenes, so they threw in a cutscene. They know you want in-game cutscenes, so they're throwing that stuff in. When you see him standing at the war table talking to Nat and Cap, that's a cutscene. That's a cutscene that you're seeing. You're going to see him have dialogue scenes with Captain America and Black Widow in the game. You're going to get audio files from him in the game. So they're still delivering story. They're just not delivering it in the same way, and they're hoping, like I told you guys, this is going to be our first real glimpse of Bucky, or of the new story delivery. But technically, Spider-Man was our first real glimpse because, that's pretty much what we got. It's like he dropped into the game. He had cutscenes. He had cutscene dialogues and stuff like that. And then you got your mission chain, and then you got your audio files and stuff like that. So I think Spider-Man Hero event was the blueprint for what we're going to see going forward for heroes who are more integral to the game's story. So Jane Foster is an addition to the game's narrative. Like, she's a side character that's an add-on, where Bucky is more central to the main plot. And I think that's why you're going to see his presentation a lot different, or be a lot different than what we got with Jane Foster, who, like, she doesn't have a loading screen. She doesn't have a harm room training session, things like that. So where they cut corners on characters like her, you're not going to see them cut those corners, I don't believe, with Bucky. So he should have a loading screen. He should have a harm room training mission and things like that. And he's going to have more of a story than what Jane Foster had, where her story was just a motion comic trailer and audio files. You get what I'm saying? So audio files, helicarrier dialogue and stuff like that. That's about all we got for him. To be honest, I'm excited for Bucky too to come into the game. I've been wanting him. I'm glad to see him finally joining the Avengers in the game. It's awesome. Yeah, it's like that's what I'm saying. Like I'm glad you're excited. I'm right there with you guys about being excited for Bucky. Like, I'm day one. I'll be streaming early, getting ready for Colonial Labs that day. It's all day. It's annoying how Trix died and more bashed this game. It's like, bro, just let them have it. You got to let people have that. Just like you got the freedom to hype it up, you got to give them the freedom to shoot it down. You know, that's how they want to view it. That's how they interact with it. We got to let them have it, just like they got to give us the freedom to feel how we feel. So if I'm okay with being in the middle, you okay with being really excited about it, as you should be. Everybody just got to give each other that space to operate and, you know, just meet in the middle where it makes sense. So it's like, I try to be respectful of everybody's opinion, everybody's perspective, but while recognizing it's a thing. So yes, people are negative about this game. People are overly critical of this game. People are overly negative of this game. And a lot of that is unfair. It's a lot of that is unfair to the team that works on the game. And it's like, I don't think people really look at that in real world, you know, context. Like if at your job, every time you do something, so whatever your job is, so like if you have to turn in documents every day, and every time you turn in those documents, all I do is criticize what you did negatively. Like, oh, this was terrible. You misspelled this. You keep using the wrong font, this, that, and the other. I never tell you do a good job. I never tell you what you did was all right. You go, I accept your work, but I criticize the hell out of it. I let you turn it in. I accept it, but all I do is negatively criticize it. How long are you going to be there? Like, how long are you going to be happy to, you know, turn in work for me? You get what I'm saying? You can't do people like that. And it's like everything they release, yes, they hear the people who are positive about it. They hear the people who are excited about it, and they try to lean into that. But they also see that wave of negativity coming in every single time. Every time they update the post with a new skin, they see all the negativity that comes down there. They see all the negative criticism every time. And it's like, if that's all you do, I just don't understand why you still play the game. And there's people who don't play the game, like they uninstalled or they haven't played this game in months. But you still deeply invested in this game's future. You deeply invested in everything they got to say. And everything that they say, you receive it negatively. So it's like, I don't understand that behavior. I don't understand that mindset. But it's the internet. And, hey, it's America. You free to do your thing, bro. If that's how you want to interact, that's how you want to use your life and time, have at it. That doesn't affect me. That doesn't have anything to do with my day. And I wish more people, you know, would stress less about that stuff. Because, honestly, the dev team, they're not overly affected by that. They're aware of it, but it's not like completely killing morale behind the scenes or nothing like that. It's nothing like that. They're still happy. They're still proud of the work that they did with the Winter Soldier. They're proud of the work that they did with Jane Foster. And it's like, just be comfortable with that. Be happy with that. If you want, tell them how much you appreciate it. You know, be the opposite of what you see most people be towards them online and stuff like that. So tell them, hey, I appreciate what you did. I appreciate you talking to me. I appreciate, you know, what you guys, you know, added into the Jane Foster update. I appreciate what you did with 2.6. I like what you're doing with the story. Whatever it is you like, you can be just as vocal about that as the people who are negative and stuff like that. But don't stress over it. Don't stress over, you know, people being negative. It's the internet. Look at people with Gotham Knights. You know, this. People are negative about Midnight Suns. You know, that's just the game and space that we live in right now. Like, yeah, it's like, you know, I love that they pulled, like, they didn't like try to over change his story. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's like I like what we're getting. I like what they did here. I like what we're bringing to the table. This is dope. I just wish, like, this part that's coming up once we get to his redemption, I wish that made more sense right now.
For training Russian super soldiers and the deadly assassins of the Red Room. He was outfitted with a bionic arm and brainwashed, transforming him into a ruthless secret assassin known as the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, that's true. Happy people don't complain.
Bucky is distraught by the loss of Steve Rogers. Maria Hill reaches out to Bucky and gives him new purpose, finding and rescuing missing Inhumans. However, he still feels he needs answers for Cap's death. Monica uses this to set a trap, capturing and reactivating him as the Winter Soldier, trying to weaponize his mind control protocols to harness MODOK's frightening powers. Bucky is rescued by the Avengers, but he is initially hesitant to join them, knowing that Monica's protocols are still out there and could be reactivated at any time. After Natasha uncovers the possible location of the protocols, Bucky teams up with the Avengers to ensure he will never be controlled again. Bucky Barnes is one of the oldest and most compelling characters in Marvel history. The ultimate anti-hero, his deadly skills are the stuff.
Oh yeah, that's something I wanted to throw out at you guys. What's good, Ferris Bueller? How you doing, bro? And what's up, everybody else? Like I said, guys, we don't have to fight about nothing with this game. You don't need to defend this game. You don't need to if you mad at the game or the developers and stuff like that, you can communicate that without being negative or just we don't need the negativity. That's ultimately what I'm saying. We can keep it positive or civil at the very least. We don't have to come at each other recklessly. But the art director is going to be featured in this upcoming War Table interview that's coming on Monday. So you're going to hear from the art director. And the art director is the person who designs these cool skins that everybody has.
And awesome cosmetics.
So if you hang out, we'll be hanging out live. I'll be kind of active in the chat over there. So if you guys have questions you want asked or something like that, let me know in the comments and I'll let them know. But yeah, the art director, he's cool. He actually he made his own Winter Soldier cosplay ahead of for Wolverine for Halloween. This past Halloween, like he did a 3D print for the arm and everything. He seems to be pretty cool, pretty laid back. I used to be in touch with the previous art director. He took a lot of feedback. Like some of the skins that we saw, like I was glad to see that because I was shooting that directly to him. Like, hey, Herald Thor, that's something people want. People want more Hulk skins and stuff like that. So it's like I was glad to see that stuff actually start making it in the pipeline because me and him had been talking about that for a while. And even when he wasn't on the project anymore, he was like, he'll, if I let him know, he'll still shoot that, to the team because he's in touch with him. What's good, Corey? How you doing, bro? But yeah, like it should be a decent stream. Now, they're gonna have the art director there. I don't know what other developers are gonna be there. And I know that they're gonna be interviewing the voice actor. Scott Porter. Scott Porter is the voice for Bucky, and he's gonna, they're gonna be interviewing him and talking to him live. If you got questions, you can post them for him over on Twitter, I believe, and over on the official Discord if you still, a part of that. Good to see you too, Corey, bro. Appreciate you coming through. Hope the week been kind to you. But yeah, bro, like I said, if you feeling these skins and you want to let them know, the art director will be a part of the stream that's coming up this upcoming Monday at 1:00 Pacific time. So I got 1:00 for them. That's going to be like 11:00 for me.
It's time.
But yeah, like if you feeling these skins, let them know. That's the place to let them know, and they appreciate that. They appreciate that positive feedback.
And jump into Marvel's Avengers.
And
activate the Winter Soldier. And
I'm pretty sure they're gonna tease and show off even more skins that we didn't see in these trailers. So it's like that's definitely going to be a exciting section to check out during the War Table. Like I enjoy the War Table blogs, and I'm glad they're doing it live because what we got for Jane Foster. They just dropped the War Table trailer. They didn't really do a breakdown or live dev stream or anything like that. So I'm glad to see that they're going back to the live format.
Join the fight when patch 2.7 drops on November 20th.
It was like this. So I've been telling people, like I know that there are going to be a lot of people who tune in for patch 2.7. I'm not sure how it's going to ultimately be received because it's pretty much prepped for people to hate on it and kind of take shots at it and stuff. So it's like the people going ham about showing or seeing Bucky be similar to Captain America with his combos and everything is like that's going to be real prominent next Tuesday. Like people are like, I'm pretty sure they're going ham with it right now as we speak, but it's really going to be all the way live once they get their hands on them. And it's like the second that anybody comes across a bug or any kind of setback during Cloning Lab, that's going to be a big part of the narrative on Tuesday. Like people are going to they can't wait to find a game-breaking bug or any kind of graphical error or functioning error with Cloning Lab because it took 2 years to do this and it's just it's still buggy. It's this. Like if you've heard the complaints, if you know how people talk about this game, it's pretty much paint by numbers and follow the bouncing ball with what they're going to be saying, and it's like they're going to be loud with that. So it's like they're going to be loud. Newspaper outlets or media outlets, they're going to be jumping on that because that's what they do. They have everybody. This game is dead. This is a dead game, but nobody can live without it. Nobody can live without this game. Like this, nobody passes up opportunity to talk about this game. If something happens with this game, as if you've been a part of this community, you know something happened earlier this week. Everybody's talking about that. Everybody has something to say. Everybody's covering that. Everybody has a think piece around that. If new content is announced, everybody comes out of the woodwork to share their thoughts on that. When Spider-Man dropped, people who don't even play this game, don't even know how to play this game, you can tell by how they interact with it. They don't know how to play it. But hey, like, I have a full video dedicated to hating on it and comparing it to something that doesn't even fit because it's Avengers. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm telling you now, if that stuff bothers you, just kind of detach yourself. Maybe don't even check social media during, the update or anything like that, and just kind of tune out and enjoy playing the game because it's going to come. Like, and when you listen to the loud, minority, is like that's what it seems like the majority is saying. It seems like everybody's saying it. It seems like everybody feels that way. No, they're just rushing to be loud and they're rushing to be vocal. So if everything about this game that gets announced, disappoints you or is underwhelming or something like that, it makes no sense for you to still be following the game. Like, put the game down, move on, and all of that stuff. But everybody sticks around, and it's like this is just Avengers at this point. So it's like, no matter what they announce, I won't be surprised if people are complaining about Captain Marvel whenever she comes. Oh, it took them 4 years or 5 years or 3 years, whatever. That's going to be the argument. Is that whatever they can do to take a shot at this game, that's what they're going to do. And it's like, just let them have it, bro. Just let them have that and enjoy it if that's what you do. So if you enjoy playing with these characters and stuff, you gotta find comfort in that. So like I told you guys, day one, you are gonna see me uppercutting the hell out of an aimbot or aim, beekeeper or whoever they send at me. The first person that run up on me as the Winter Soldier, they are getting a full combo piece, and I will take a photo of me uppercutting them with the metal arm if I can. Or if I can't get an uppercut, I will settle for a choke slam or something like that. But I'm jumping straight in, beating people down, taking photos, and running through, finding out how exactly he plays, what works best for him, getting some good vibranium for him and stuff like that, getting Sonic on him. I'm going ham. I'm ready to, because I want to be one of the people that actually gives him a fair shake. So I want to show people what he actually looks like if you actually level him up. So once you unlock his full skill tree, this is what he can do. This is his full moveset. So maybe he starts off very similar to Captain America, but as you level him up, he gets very, very, very unique, or more unique than what you feel initially. But the people who are only looking to play with him 5 minutes, they're gonna record everything he does that looks like Captain America, and that's it. That's the impression they're gonna give people. That's what they're gonna put out there for you to take away, as this is what Crystal Dynamics did with the Winter Soldier. He's just a Captain America clone. Is that the truth? No, not necessarily, but nobody cares about the truth. They just care about what's hot, what's being promoted, and if it's negative, let's hop on that. So it's like, hey, it is what it is. I'll be fair with this game, as I always am.
With and has an all-new set of moves and abilities, and a custom mission chain.
You're welcome.
Custom mission chain. You get what I'm saying? It's like, so the people who looking for story is like, listen to that, pay attention to that. You're still getting it. It just isn't as, it's not as immersive as an operation or an expansion. So it's like, I understand being disappointed, but this is a cutscene. This is Captain America, and this seemed like it's kind of tense. Like, I don't know. This don't look like a happy scene.
And a custom mission chain.
You're welcome.
The Crystal Dynamics dev team has
They look like they might be
The Winter Soldier is a
disagreeing.
force to be reckoned with and has an all-new set of moves and abilities, and a custom mission chain.
You're welcome.
So it looked like he might be having a disagreement maybe about Bucky's methods, about how he handled threats or something like that, or Bucky choosing not to, reach out to him when he knew he was alive or something like that. Hey, I was protecting you from the shadows. You welcome. Who knows? But that does look like a tense scene. That doesn't look like a happy reunion, or anything like that. Like I said, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing what they did narrative wise. I'm looking forward to seeing the cutscenes. I'm looking forward to listening to the audio files and all of that stuff. It's like this is new content. This is what we've been asking for. We've been asking for something actually new. We're getting it. It's like, I know you can put the air quotes on it because, hey, you're technically fighting MODOK. Hey, Winter Soldier, he's going to have aspects of other characters who aren't necessarily new, but it's like, it's new content, bro. It's new enough. After the year we've had, it's like, this, I'll take it, bro. I will take it. That's why Captain Marvel need to be next. If they can fast track her, I would do it. But, it's like, we just don't know, because it's like, we know you did work on She-Hulk. We know that she at the very least, if nothing else, she has voice lines recorded. You paid a voice actress to record dialogue for her. And again, my thoughts on that is, I believe they are maybe bringing her in for a new dialogue. So maybe they're, holding off. They're going to scrap a lot of that old dialogue because it fit with the operation that they probably were working towards that they scrapped. And they might have to reapproach it. So we got to bring her back in, get new dialogue, get her to understand you're on the NDA, even though she, kind of just, a lot of people mistake, Miller as an official source for Avengers. A lot of people who actually work with the official, Avengers thing, which is, it's like, it's hilarious, but it's like, I hope she didn't, really suffer any major consequences or setbacks behind that. But it's like, I think they're just rethinking their approach. So it's like, I don't know where She-Hulk is on the internal roadmap. I don't know where War Machine is on the internal roadmap, and I don't know where Captain Marvel is on the internal roadmap. If we're looking to deliver more next year than what we got this year, so we're not focusing as hard on reworks and redesigns and all of that stuff next year, and we're looking to deliver more new content because we know they're working on Patrol Mode. We don't know when that's coming. It's rumored to be coming in patch 3.0, but there's nothing, concrete supporting that right now. So it's like, it's only so much you can do. You get what I'm saying? So if after Winter Soldier, they're putting all hands on deck into getting Patrol Mode launched and released, it's like, I get it. It's like, all right, so I won't expect a new hero until sometime after that. I just don't want it to be too long after that. Or even better, if we can launch a new hero alongside Patrol Mode, that would be ideal. That would be absolutely perfect. But no more heroes coming. Hey, I mean, if that's what you believe, if that's what your takeaway is, I get it. I don't see anything that support that, but if that's where you landing with it, if that's where you feel like things are going for the game in the future, I cannot take that away from you. But like I said, it doesn't hurt to I try to be reasonably optimistic about what they can and cannot do. So it's like, I'm not going into next year like, we're going to get Doctor Strange, we're going to get She-Hulk, we're going to get Scarlet Witch, we're going to get Captain Marvel, we're going to get all of these people back to back to back, and we're getting new villains, and we're getting new missions, and we're getting Patrol Mode. That will never come from me. I will never sell you that. I hope that two heroes isn't the new standard going forward, or 1.5 heroes because Jane Foster isn't, really new. I hope that we can scale it back up to at least 3 and, some new content and all of that good stuff. And I hope that they begin to value and reward veteran players a little more than they have in this year specifically, because they're still here. Like, veteran players are still here, and veteran players are still rooting for this game to have a big turnaround that they've been rooting for since day one. They still believe in this team. They still believe in the future. They still believe in support everything that comes out for this game, and I feel like they should be rewarded for that. I feel like you got to give them a bone for sticking with you as problematic as this game has been, as negative as the reputation for this game has been, to see these people still willing to be on the front line for you, it's like you gotta value that, and you should want to reward that at every chance you can. So it's like, I understand new players are essentially the lifeblood of the game, but your veteran players, that's your core. You get what I'm saying? That's your heart. That's the heart of the game right there. And it's like, you lose your heart, you die. Anybody loses their heart, they're done. So it's like, you can pump new blood into a dead body if you want to. It's not going to do anything. But as long as you got a steady heartbeat, which is the core base of these players who have been around from day one, if you can keep your heartbeat going, you got it. You can, you got a future. You got some kind of future. And I think free to play is the way to unlock a completely brighter future for this game, because again, that just opens the door for more monetization, and you need that. You need profit for a game like this. Like, you cannot keep creeping along selling skin by skin, even though I think their skins have stepped up, greatly, and I think they're doing well financially with the skins, but I know those long droughts where they're not communicating, that kills skin sales, dramatically. They have to take a hit in some regard, because your veteran players, I know they go on strike every other month, and then newer players, it's like, how many are you drawing in when you're not releasing new content, or there's nothing like this to hype them up. So it's like, I feel like free to play is the balance in between that. I have a feeling Embracer is going to come out next year and shock everyone with an announcement saying they're investing a bunch of money in Avengers. I don't see that. So based on what we saw from the Embracer Group in their quarterly report, I think they made it clear that they're happy to have ownership of Crystal Dynamics, but Crystal Dynamics as the studio, and whether they're publishing themselves or they're under one of the publishing companies that Embracer Group is a parent of, that would be something that's communicated by them, and I don't think either of those entities would be open to communicating something like that. So I think you would just simply see it in terms of marketing, in terms of new content and things like that. So when you see an influx of new content being promoted more often, that's when the budget kind of got a couple kicks up. And I guess, like I said, that should be enough. So it's like, I'm not expecting them to air out their dirty laundry or anything, or be like, hey, we're definitely going to be alive until 2025, or our plan is to stay in development until 2026 or something. They're not going to do something like that. That anybody who sets that expectation is setting you up for failure, because it's just not going to happen. If it was going to happen, they would have done it by now. Nobody operates like that, though. It's like they just, you keep going. So, like games like Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, they're not telling people how long they're going to keep developing content. They just surprise you with content when they bring out something. Rockstar never told you how long GTA Online is going to last. They just launched GTA Online, and when they have new content coming out, they promote that and drop new content. And it's like, that's pretty much the nature of the beast at this point. So it's like, could they do a sequel? That's what I'm saying. Like, your perception around this game, like, you would have to change that drastically, because imagine this. Imagine that they announced that they're ceasing support for Avengers, and we're going to take what we learned and relaunch with Avengers 2 later this year or next year or something like that. What is going to be the perception about that? Same studio, so Crystal Dynamics is still promoting that, and Avengers ends in the state that it's currently in. I'm not going to say nobody, because there are people who would legitimately be excited for Avengers 2 and be optimistic about the team relaunching with, more experience from working on the original game and things like that. But again, public perception, for the most part, articles are going to be taking shots. Forbes, they're going to be taking shots. IGN is going to be taking shots. Every other gaming platform is going to be taking shots. And everybody who wants to feel cool is going to be taking shots at the mere premise of doing Avengers 2. Even if you release a really good trailer, people are going to be like, nope, I'm not paying for that. They're not getting me again. This, that, and the other. Like, you would have to have really, really, really good word of mouth ahead of that to even sell that idea. And it's like, as an investor, you know, you have to think about that before you give millions of dollars into a project that's going to be boycotted essentially day one. So most people's stance is going to be, I'm not buying that day one. I'll let other people buy it and hear what they think, and I'll consider buying it. Maybe I'll catch it on sale or something like that, but I'm not paying money for another version of this. And it's like, there's no way you can have a successful launch with that sentiment being, you know, the focus of your game. And it's like, you do your work here, you do your work now, change perception now, show that your team can do things better now, to give people open to the idea of you doing bigger and better if you get a relaunch on a second, you know, game for Avengers. So you got your core team, everybody we released for the original Avengers game is going to be there with some new additions day one. So we're having a bigger team. Hey, multiplayer is open up. We got more stability. We got join in progress. Everything we should have had day one, we'll have it now in Avengers 2. But you got to do some work before you get that. Like Cyberpunk didn't turn things around without changing the narrative before that. You get what I'm saying? They had people open to the idea of giving them another chance because they did the work marketing wise. But like I said, I'm with you. I know a lot of people want the developers themselves, like around this time last year, they were filling out how players felt about the idea of getting Avengers 2 greenlit. I don't think they had a successful pitch with that, but that's something they were considering. That's something they wanted to do. Allegedly that was the idea going into this game. Like, they were only going to be running Avengers for a couple years, and then they would shutter it and then relaunch with Avengers 2 bigger and better. But after, you know, the disastrous launch that this game saw, that ship sailed, and then they were kind of seeing if it was kind of still on the horizon. Like, hey, can we throw a rope out there and pull it back? Let's see. And it's like, I don't think they got very far on that front. But you know, you see people saying, hey, I'll pay $14 and stuff like that. Like I said, I'm willing to give you a chance, but I'm a little more reasonable than the average bear. So it's like, I'm not overly invested one way or the other, but I am, you know, willing to see what you have to offer and things like that. So I don't think they're the worst studio ever. I don't think they're, you know, just completely incapable of making this game solid. I think if they had better vision and better resources after launch, this game could be in a lot better of a spot right now than it is. But, you know, hindsight is 2020. They didn't have that at the time, and this is what we got, and now they're trying to make the best of a bad situation. They're trying to turn a bad situation into a better situation, and if you're around for it, if you're willing to give them the time and space to do that, give it to them. And I'm all for giving it to them because, again, I don't have to pay for this. I don't have to pay for it. Whenever you give me content, I know it's going to be free. So, hey, we didn't get Jane Foster until June, but she was free. We didn't get Winter Soldier until November, but he's free. Whenever we get something else, it's going to be free unless they go free to play and start charging for the content, which I will happily pay for if it's worth paying for. And it's like, that's where we are. It's like, I want the game to do the things that it needs to do to take the best steps forward. And I'll always rock with them. But
Avengers roster.
Do yourself a favor.
The Winter Soldier is a force to be reckoned with and has an all-new set of moves and abilities. And abilities.
I'm thinking
the Winter Soldier is a force to be reckoned with and has an all-new set of.
I think this is the move that comes after. Where are we at with it?
Finding and rescuing missing Inhumans. However, he still feels he needs answers for Cap's death. Monica,
So yeah, that ground pound, I think, is what comes after this. So he powers up, and then you see him kind of charging up the punch, and then you get back to this, and that's.
The Soldier is a force to be reckoned with and has an all-new set of moves and abilities.
Yeah. So this is probably his assault or his ultimate heroic right there, and then the for his support.
It's time to gather your friends and jump into Marvel's Avengers. Activate the Winter Soldier and join the fight when patch 2.7 drops. Unknown combat and his possible location of the protocols Bucky teams up with the Avengers to ensure he will never be controlled again. Bucky Barnes is one of the oldest and most compelling characters in Marvel history. The ultimate
Getting where
anti-hero,
everything is
his
in the trailer.
deadly skills are the stuff of legend, and his redemptive rise as a true hero weaves a story unlike any other. Now the Winter Soldier has arrived in Marvel's Avengers, bringing exciting combat, an all-new mission chain, and awesome cosmetics. It's time to gather your friends and jump into Marvel's Avengers. Activate the Winter Soldier and join the fight with a bionic arm and brainwash.
Okay. Where was that shot at? Where he shoots and turns invisible. Was it in the other trailer? Yeah, it might be the other trailer. They only play Saints Row for the memes. Yeah, it's like they're being kind of patient with Saints Row. Like Embracer Group also owns the studio behind Saints Row, and it's like they had an underwhelming launch, and they're trying to give them the breathing room to kind of right the ship. Yeah, here we go. So this is his support. So it's like we saw his moves today. So he has a support heroic that's makes him invisible from the looks of it, and either his assault or his ultimate heroic, which is going to be the ground pound. So he's going to charge that up, and then you get a nice area of effect that sends enemy flying. So it's like he's like I said, I'm looking forward to it, bro. Like I got a whole playlist dedicated to playing with the Winter Soldier, like off stream. Like I have a whole playlist dedicated to just being in the harm room vibing with the Winter Soldier. And I've had this playlist set for months. Like that's how serious it's been. If the game is such a fail, then why watch a live stream on the game? I'm not even being funny, just curious. I'm gonna take it that's not for me. Yeah, it's like if you like a game, you're gonna play the game, bro. I don't care what the public perception is. If you like it, you're gonna play it. If Anthem was around to play right now, it would be people playing Anthem because people genuinely like that game. It didn't do well enough to continue support, and it's people who genuinely disappointed behind that. But there are people who like pretty much every game. Like there's something to like about every game to a degree. And it's like I'll tell you how much of a gamer I am. Like I'm an old school gamer, so it's like I used to have to rent games from the video store. And it's like you don't get much of a promo for what you're picking up off a shelf. So it's like when I rented Superman 64, I didn't know what the hell that game was gonna be. I didn't know what to really expect from that game. And it's like when I'm flying around through rings, I was like, what the hell is this for a Superman game? But it's like it was challenging, and I'm a gamer, so it's like I'm not gonna quit. I'm gonna figure it out. And that's like I pretty much made it to the end. Like I found out I was almost to the end of that game years later, watching other people actually play it, because it's like it's not a great game, but I made the best of it for that weekend because it's like, hey, I had to pay for it and rent that, so it's like I'm gonna get my money's worth and I'll figure out what I can. It's like we had the multiplayer mode where you riding around in the little hover cars and all of that stuff. Weird for a Superman game, but that's what they gave us. Avengers is my second superhero game, second favorite superhero game. What's number one, Electro? Because the only thing I'm interested in is Cloning Labs, like better than these Bucky Barnes skins. No offense. Like I said, if that's cool. City of Heroes, I feel you. Solid choice. Solid choice. I agree with you that those who love this game should continue to show support, but those who hate the game will also watch the live stream to find something. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they got just as much a right to be there as everybody else. So it's like when I say if you don't enjoy anything about the game, you should probably move on. That's not me gatekeeping. That's not me telling you don't have a right to be here or anything like that. I'm just simply saying like that's looking at it from my how I approach things. So it's like if I don't have any interest in this and I don't have anything positive to say about it or any I don't get anything good from this. Like, I'm not enjoying playing this game, or I'm not enjoying talking about it for positive reasons, I'm not sticking around. But if that's how you choose to live your life and spend your time, that's fine. Like, it's people who, no matter what this game does, they're going to be saying this game is going to die. And the goalpost of when it's going to die is going to move every time. So people, oh, it's going to die in September. September rolls around, it doesn't die. Oh, I feel like it's going to die in December. December rolls around, it doesn't die. Oh, I feel like it only has up to January and now February. And whatever. The goalpost is always going to move because that's how they exist with the game. Like, we just talk about when it's going to die. We just got to talk about it till it die. And it's like, yeah, that's if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do, bro. You know, again, give everybody the freedom to be how they feel. You know, do what they feel. If that's how you think about this game, and that's what you think about, and that's your conversation around this game, have it. I can't take that away from you. I don't want to take that away from you. I don't have to participate in that, but you're free to have that. If you want to watch a dev stream just to hate on the game, that's your time and energy, bro. You got free will. But yeah, it's like play the games you love. Like, I'm trying to figure out if I'll be able to find some time to play Gotham Knights that same day, because it's like going in, I'm telling myself like, yeah, I'm playing both that day, but it's like Gotham Knights might have to be an off stream game if I even get around to it that day, depending on how much I enjoy playing with Bucky. So it's like leveling him up, because it's like I'm not gonna cheese it. I'm not gonna shortcut it with him. I'm gonna really take my time and fill him out, but if I'm really having fun with them and I got my playlist going and I'm hanging with you guys in the chat and everything, it's like I can see this being an all-day stream. So I'm trying to speculate if Gotham Knights is going to be a part of that day one content, and we still don't know if they're still committed to that release date, because they haven't said anything else about it. Like, they haven't done any promotional work for it. They haven't shown any images of it or anything like that. So we may get a delay for Gotham Knights Heroic Assault, that Monday. So it's like, or that Tuesday. So who knows? But like I said, I've been waiting on Bucky for the past 2 years. So it's like, I know where I'll be Monday at 11 o'clock. Tuesday at 11 o'clock. I know exactly what I'll be doing. But it's like I said, it's dope for what it is. I appreciate what the team threw together. Drop a 1 in chat if the promo that we got today is enough for you. Like, that's like, if this was all we got until Tuesday, this would be enough for you. Like, drop a 1 if the promo that we've gotten so far is enough. Like, you're completely sold on Clone and Lab, Winter Soldier, everything that's coming in 2.7. And drop a 2 if it's not. Like, and say why or what more you would want it to see. But yeah, this is it. Like, if they don't do any more promo until Monday, which I don't believe they're gonna do, because tomorrow is a holiday and stuff, it's like, this is fine. We got a war table coming up on that Monday. You showed me what he looks like. I seen him in game. I seen some of his skins. I see some of what his combat has to offer. I see MODOK is back. I see a potential for a new move set or something like that for him. I'm there. I'm locked in. I was coming anyway. Even if you didn't show me this, I was coming anyway. But I'm locked in. It's like, I appreciate, both sides of the community. And again, I don't dismiss people as being critical of the game as being just like a hater or anything like that. Cause it's like, I've heard a lot of their criticism and it's fair. It's like a lot of people they want to play the game more. They don't like the time gating, for content. They don't like that, new mission content doesn't come as often as they would have hoped coming into the game. Things like that. It's like, and that stuff is fair. That's cool. So it's like, the game still isn't where any of us would 100% want it to be. Like, it's not the worst thing ever, but everybody who plays the game has at least a couple things they want from this game that currently aren't in the game and probably aren't on the docket for the game. But we're still here. So it's people who coming back for Bucky that weren't here, the past few months. Like, they weren't interested in Jane Foster. They didn't, re-download the game for Jane Foster, but they're re-downloading it to give Bucky a chance. They're re-downloading it to check out Cloning Lab. And it's like, that says something. I'm glad to have them because, again, that's more people, making up the player base, and that's more numbers for the developers to have feedback on and things like that. So it's like, you need the community as a whole. Like, at this point, like, we can't really be picky with who we do and don't have. And if everybody who has a criticism of the game left, it's going to be a pretty dry, game across all platforms because everybody has some form of criticism for the most part. It's like they did all right for the day. Like, they promoted a new skin that nobody saw coming. Nobody knew this Cap skin was coming. It's a cool, clean stealth suit. I'm looking to do some stealth missions with Captain America, Black Widow, Bucky, and probably Hawkeye. And just, go in full force with the ground team, or maybe Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? He got some stealth to him. But it's like, let's have fun with the game. Just let's get it in. Like, this skin is clean. I'm not grabbing it day one. I'm not going to tell you I'm grabbing it day one because I'm not, unless it's like 500 credits or something like that. And it's like, all right, well, I'll grab it for 500 credits, but it's not going to be that. And, I'll probably wait for a sale. So if they drop it, if they make it on sale with the Black Friday sale or something like that, all right, you can see me running around with this. But other than that, I'll wait to catch it on the sale. I don't need this day one. You know what I'm saying? I'll put $10 towards getting Bucky's challenge card unlocked, and I'll be set. What's good, boss? And what's good, Sabbath Ben Brian? Vape just popping in. Vape, did you get a chance to check out any other trailers? Like, did you see this trailer for Cloning Lab and Bucky? And then Bucky has a story trailer right behind this one. I'm shocked they didn't give Wakanda Forever nameplate. No shock in there. I'm curious about the gun move. But yeah, it's like, my thoughts on it is, like I said, it's everything about the Bucky is pretty much what I'm expecting, and some things that I had no idea. Like, I didn't even know to expect something like that. Like this right here. Hold on, wait till he goes back to it. So I wasn't expecting to see him stabbing people with the knife, like flat out stabbing people, but it's a robot, so I guess he can get away with that. But yeah, it's like, I'm trying to get to a support heroic. So yeah, like, I didn't know he was actually going to be able to have a attack or a heroic that allows him to go invisible. So this was a shock. Wasn't expecting that, and I really didn't have any concept of how his heroics would actually look in game. So it's like, I'm coming into this completely fresh. Like, I'm giving them free reign to really do whatever they feel is creative with them, and it's like, that's cool. I really just wanted like certain things. Like, I want certain things from his gunplay, and I wanted certain things with his melee. But everything else outside of that, like his heroics, I gave them free reign over that. I trust whatever vision they bring to the table for him. I don't care. That kick is clean. That gunplay is clean. His assault heroic or ultimate, that looks clean. Going invisible, that definitely looks like it's going to come in handy. Hopefully they figured out a way to keep enemies from still targeting you while you are invisible. But yeah, it's like, you got, So, Vape, you just came in and you said you saw it, but I don't know if you paid attention to this. So, we noticed that MODOK, since his return, he's gotten hair plugs installed. Well, my theory is that he took hair from also MODOK and installed that into his hair, and trying to update his look a little bit. But if you go back to the beginning, you can tell that someone in the team made fun of his plugs, which is what incites the incident. This is why he's going on the assault and all of that good stuff. But yeah, it's like, we got MODOK back. I wish it was in a bigger environment, but it is what it is. Hopefully we have enough room to move around as a strike team. Hopefully we have a stable, connection for the most part, so nobody's really dropping out like that. And fingers crossed, like, the thing that would really put this all over the edge is if they snuck in join in progress with patrol mode. I mean, not patrol mode, with cloning lab. So you introduce Bucky, you introduce cloning lab, and you introduce join in progress. That changes the perspective of all of this, because that makes so much of the rest of the game better. So now the other OLT is better, the raid is better, because if you drop out, you can come right back in. If you get kicked, you can come right back in. So it's like, fingers crossed for something like that. I don't really expect it, but I would love to see it. I would really love to see that. Yeah, it would be epic, and it's like, I always try to hope that they can, come with an uppercut we didn't see coming, because like they deserve it. I genuinely believe they are working hard to do what they can, and again, it's like they're trying to be creative with what they have. So it's like, I feel for them, because it's like it's bad to see everything that they drop get just like overly criticized immediately. Like, the first comments are always mostly negative, and it's like, damn, bro, like, somebody had to work on that. Somebody really tried on that, and it's like, oh, well, that's good, but it could have been better, or it could have been this, and it's like, damn. I just look at it from empathy standpoint. Like, I wouldn't want that for anything I work on. You get what I'm saying? It's like, try to just keep that in mind. But like I said, they got this classic comic book story and all of that. So Vape, you just popping in. So what I was telling chat earlier was his story is kind of wonky when it gets to his redemption arc.
Written by Ed Brubaker. Thought long dead, Bucky was revived by the evil Department X, a covert Soviet agency responsible for training Russian super soldiers and the deadly assassins of the Red Room. He was outfitted with a bionic arm and brainwashed, transforming him into a ruthless secret assassin known as the Winter Soldier.
So once we get here is where it
After
gets
the
tricky.
8-day disaster, Bucky is distraught by the loss of Steve Rogers. Maria Hill reaches out to Bucky and gives him new purpose, finding and rescuing missing Inhumans. However, he still feels he needs answers for Cap's death. Monica uses this to set a trap, capturing and reactivating him as the Winter Soldier, trying to weaponize his mind control protocols to harness MODOK's frightening powers. Bucky is rescued by the Avengers, but he is initially hesitant to join them, knowing that Monica's protocols are still out there and could be reactivated at any time. After Natasha uncovers the possible location of the protocols, Bucky teams up with the Avengers to ensure he will never be controlled again. Bucky Barnes is one of the oldest and most compelling characters in Marvel history. The ultimate anti-hero, his deadly skills are the stuff of legend, and his redemptive rise as a true hero weaves a story unlike any other. Now the Winter Soldier has arrived in Marvel's Avengers, bringing exciting combat, an all-new mission chain, and awesome
The
cosmetics
scene you just saw,
unlike any
that's the
other.
knife.
Now the Winter Soldier
Vape.
has arrived in Marvel's Avengers, bringing exciting combat,
That's
an
him
all-new
swinging a
mission
knife.
chain, and awesome cosmetics. It's time to gather your...
So chat, which of these
Unlike
4
a hero.
cosmetics are your favorite? You guys know which one is mine. Like his iconic skin looks good in some shots, and others it just kind of looks off. But it's like, it's fine. Like, it looks off there, but it's like, it's fine. This is my favorite vape. It's a toss up between this one and the World War II. Because it's like this, I can't wait to slap on Cap's World War II skin and run around with that. I wish you can control the number of CPU in your strike team, because I just wanted to be Cap and Bucky for a little while, like maybe a mission or two, like just give me those two. You know what I'm saying? Let me do my thing with just me and Bucko, and we good. But it's like you got the White Wolf. You got the White Wolf, which is clean, and again, I'm pretty sure you're gonna get a MCU version as well at some point, if they plan to. And then this this is dope. It's what is Mr. Fantastic? What is Ultimate Mr. Fantastic's name? The Maker. It's giving me the Maker vibes mixed with Weapon X. So it's like, this is dope. This, plus with the, Radio Shack wires running around. He the Radio Shack soldier. I'm feeling it. Radio Shack cop. I'm down with it. Got Judge Dredd vibes, all of that good stuff. It's like they do what they can, and they're creative where they can be. And it's like, I agree with what you said, 7-Bit Brian. This level of criticism about reused assets and stuff like that, it's just really being highlighted because it's Avengers, and it's cooler to hate on the game at this point in its life. But it's like, yeah, it's like reusing assets is something all games do, all developers do, and this isn't a lazy thing. It's just simply doing what makes sense. It's like, you get what I'm saying? It makes sense. So it's like eating leftovers. It's like, it doesn't always make sense to go buy something wholly new when what you have at home is serviceable. So it's like, hey, we can use this. It's still good. It works here. This chicken from last night would work well with this rice from today. Let's pair that together and get something new that we didn't have. So it's eating something old in a new way. We checking out something old in a new way, and it's like, it's fine. It's fine. I give them that. Haven't heard about Radio Shack in so long. Yeah, they got put up for winter. But yeah, it's like swinging that knife, bro. Just swinging the knife along. Because it's like, I was looking at it like, man, this dude he's swinging that arm like a bat. And then I paid attention to it like, hold on, that's not even his metal arm. That's his regular arm. And then it's like, because if you pay attention to it, it's very different from. So I'm thinking this is probably his heavy combat, his heavy combo. Now that I think about it. So that's probably his heavy combo. And then once we get to this stuff here, this is probably his light melee combat. So the Captain America combo is probably his light combat, and then the knife is probably his strong combat or heavy combat. So it's like he got two different combo chains, and I'm interested to see how those two mix together and how you can mix and flow between the two. That AR, like where is it at? When he's shooting that Inhuman cage, you can tell, Vape, like the accuracy is there. Like, you see that? Every bullet is hitting, bro. Every bullet is on target. Like, I'm loving the burst on it and everything. Like, this is what I wanted. I didn't want it to be like what's her name? Black Widow at all. When I shoot somebody, I want it to be on point. I want those bullets to go straight at you because that's how I'm coming at you. I'm coming at you like 3D. It's like, I wish they could have did something a little more creative than having AIM get a hold of him and all of that stuff. But, that's the narrative of this game at this point. AIM rules the world. So you go to the future, you still got to deal with AIM. You go to the past, you got to deal with AIM. Go to another universe, you got to deal with AIM. AIM is there, bro. There is no escaping AIM. Yeah, it's like you got some clean takedowns. I hope they start back really getting new takedowns and stuff into the pipeline. We haven't seen new takedowns in a while, outside of those that come for new heroes. She does aim if your aim is good with high caliber. Yeah, but I'm talking about her full auto. So his assault rifle, full auto mode. I didn't want it the bullet spray to be wide and unprecise and things like that. Like this, that looks like you can do a lot. So it's like I'm thinking about it like when I'm in the raid. So it's like when you're in the forge, and when you are in when you gotta attack the vibranium spires and things like that. It's like, I need to be precise. I don't want to have to have bullet spreads all over the place. I want to aim and get straight at what I'm targeting, and he has the marksmanship to be able to do that. So let's do it. AIM is the Illuminati. Hey, they something. Because Monica, she ruled the world, bro. Like, she been sitting on this story for 2 years. Like, 2 years. They running out of money, and she's still making moves. You get what I'm saying? It's like, hey, She got a clone budget. She went and got MODOK out, got on some hair installations. You know, they ain't making moves. They trying to stick around, but hopefully we go ahead and get them up off the board because it's time for the curtain call. It's really about time to wrap that up. Yeah, it's like, man, I'm looking forward to cleaning up with this dude. So, something with this that I noticed when he was shooting these enemies, they didn't look like they had much of a reaction. And those aren't, you know, like heavy. Well, he's kind of heavy, so it's like, I don't know. Monica is worse than Thanos. Yeah, she definitely something, man. Yeah, swinging that knife, bro. Like, look at how much ground he covers swinging that knife. He is moving. His crowd control is going to be crazy. All right, his crowd control between the grenades, the AR, and the knife, crowd control is going to be crazy. He going to have hella support. He can turn you invisible. I'm pretty sure that's going to be something that spreads to the team just like Black Widow. So you can go invisible. You swinging through with the knife. You got haymakers. You got choke slam takedowns and all of that good stuff. Winter Soldier is gonna be clean, bro. And it's like, I just want to showcase that because I know most of the narrative is gonna be he's trash or he's a clone and stuff. Come watch my stream and you'll see real Winter Soldier gameplay. You'll really see what's up with Winter Soldier once you come check out in this stream. I told you I have a playlist ready. We're gonna have the vibes going, and we're gonna be in here running through content with the Winter Soldier. We're gonna be in Omega level threat. We'll do the raid. We'll do every content that we have access to, in addition to running you guys through cloning labs and stuff like that. So I'm pretty much expecting it to be an all day stream because I'm ready to get back into the vibe of chilling with Avengers. Like I enjoy playing this game and I love having reasons to play the game and stuff like that. And new heroes do make the old content feel fresh because you're experiencing it in a new way. At least for me, I understand not everybody feels that way. I understand people like, yeah, but we don't have anything new to play them in. I get it. So you're not looking forward to playing Bucky in a raid. You're not looking forward to playing Bucky in an OLT. You're not looking forward to doing the mission chain or anything like that. You want to play something completely new, and it's like, I get it, but hey, new heroes with old content work for a little while. You get what I'm saying? At least for me, it's like I can be straight with that for a while before I really start getting that itch for, all right, it's time to get something new around and stuff like that. But you know, we got more games around now, so it's like I got Elden Ring in my back pocket. I got Gotham Knights, which is also getting new content, so it's like we can do it all. Nick mentioned on Reddit. What's up, Grimir Gaming? Shout out to Grimir. One of the mods from Reddit and the Discord, bro. Like those guys are in the trenches, bro. Like I know it's not easy what you guys do, bro, and I'm glad that you guys are starting to get rewards from the program because you definitely deserve it. But Nick mentioned on Reddit that there's another trailer coming before release, so we'll see more of what Bucky has in his kit soon. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Well, maybe they drop it. Maybe they drop a trailer on Thursday. Maybe they drop a trailer on Friday or something like that. I wasn't expecting much more ahead of the War Table, but I'll take it. So like I said, they got more to show. Let's do it. Gotham Knights is finally getting 4-player mode, right? Still weird it didn't launch with that. Yeah, so again, it's like, what's up, Melody? Appreciate you coming here. And everybody else who's just dropped in, I haven't said it in a while, but if you just dropping in, make sure to drop a like. It definitely supports the stream, supports the channel. And if you haven't seen any of the trailers already, just drop a 1 in the chat and I'll run them back for you guys with the audio and everything so you can catch everything. But yeah, Gotham Knights is the 4-player mode is like, I hope that it's not causing any stability issues. I know a lot of people running into like frame rate issues with the multiplayer content, and that's just with 2 people. So it's like it could have simply been a stability issue, like with networking and everything. And it's like, I get it, but yes, I'm very hopeful that the 4-player mode is fun. It's not unstable in any way or game breaking ways or anything like that, and I'm looking forward to checking that out as well. Still boggles my mind that it's only 30 frames per second. Hey, bro, like it's 2022 is weird choices being made with gaming. And it's like I guess they had a reason, but it's like, yeah, once that should have been communicated, as early as possible and with an explanation. And like I said, they can fix that. They can patch that at a later time, but they should have communicated that yes, this is how the game is gonna launch, and we'll be patching that at a later time. So people are informed about what they're getting, so you can make an informed decision. You just got the level 40 Q Mr. Rage. That's what's up. I've been at level 40 for the past few weeks. I haven't played much in like the past 2 weeks since I had to go to a funeral. But I turned it on. I turned it on this morning, and then it's like I that's when the trailers and stuff started dropping, and I had to start doing work. So, but I got it queued up, so I'll be in Gotham probably tonight at some point. I've been grinding out for legendary Mastercraft stuff. Yeah, that's what I was trying to get back to the grind. Like, last person I was playing with was Robin. Like, I was filling out his skill tree and everything. So it's like, I like Gotham Knights. I like what they had to offer. I feel like it's misunderstood, and I want to dedicate a whole video to explaining why it's misunderstood, why most people misunderstood what they were going for with Gotham Knights. I just got to find the time to go ahead and make that. Because, like I said, Bucky's coming. It's all about Bucky, and Cloning Lab is all about Avengers right now. But if we get some news about Heroic Assault ahead of its release, I'll do a video on that and break that down. Also, thank you for not joining the weird either or train. Believe it or not, you can play. But yeah, bro, I'm a gamer, bro. Like, I'm a casual gamer who has hardcore tendencies. I'll describe it as that. But yeah, it's like I'm definitely playing both. I just don't know if I'll play both on stream day one. So if I'm having too much fun with Avengers, I might have to do Gotham Knights another day or later that night off stream or something like that. But we'll get around to it eventually. But I'm definitely checking out both. And I play stuff for myself, so it's like I don't let negative reviews sway me from stuff. If it looks terrible, like if it just looks like really, really bad or unenjoyable, then that can sway me. Like bad marketing can sway me, but bad, public perception or negative reviews doesn't really sway me when it comes to deciding on what games I want to check out. I wonder if that could be a teaser at the end of Cloning Labs after you beat it. I'm pretty sure there is. We talked about that a while back when we were talking about like just being the potential end of AIM overall and all of that good stuff. And, like we've already teased Ultron. We've already teased the Kree invasion and stuff like that. So I feel like you got to double down on one of those. So you have to go hard on saying one of those is coming next. So Ultron is coming next. So maybe Ultron start talking and we don't really know what that means or when he's actually going to appear or something like that. But you got a definitive tease or you get a definitive setup. So similar to Age of Ultron, the movie, maybe a broken, AIM bot, he takes over the consciousness of that, wakes up, he's limping around, talking stuff to the Avengers, warning them, letting them know, like, hey, I am a threat, I'm coming, you can destroy this little raggedy body that I'm using for right now, but it's about to get real, and it's about to get real, real quick for the Avengers, and it's like, that's the tease we need to let us know more content is coming, good content is coming, get invested. I'll take it. So I'm definitely hoping it's going to be a tease or something like that. And you saying that just made me want to play Cloning Lab day one. Like, I mean, not day one, but immediately, like as soon as the update comes, just to see if it's something in there. So it's like, I'm conflicted now because it's like, I definitely want to jump straight into Bucky. I probably can do both. So I'll talk to my team and see what everybody wants to do. So if everybody wants to do Cloning Lab first, while we're setting that up, I'll be showing off Bucky. So I'll be going through his challenge card. I'll be going through his skins and stuff like that. And we can just jump straight into that, blow through it. Because it's not going to take us that long. And, we'll take it from there. It's not a raid or anything like that. So we're not going to be in there for an hour or anything like that. So I can blow through Cloning Lab in like 30 minutes or less. And then, get out of there and get right back to Bucky. So, we can definitely see. If that happens, I'm gifting you $5. Bro, if we get a talking, destroy aimbot, possessing Ultron at the end of Cloning Labs, I will go ahead. Or just he takes over the computer or something like that. If we get talking from Ultron it's up there. I'm promoting the hell out of that because it's like that's what we need. That's the kind of tease / confirmation that we need. Or again, you tease something with the Kree. So it's like, hey, Monica, before she faints or goes to jail, she sends off a beacon or something like that, calling the Kree or something like that. Like, hey, if I got to go to jail or if I can't win, everybody goes down. Because she's petty. She's crazy enough to do something like that. So it's like, I hope that's something that's a part of their thinking. And I hope that's something that they would do. And I wouldn't put it past them to do that. So it's like, it's not a completely terrible team behind this is what I'm saying. What's good, Lejeune? Bro, I'm glad you just popped up. Do you think we're going to get a tease for something that's coming next at the end of Cloning Lab? Chad just asked me about that. I think it's possible. I'm hoping for it. I won't be 100% surprised if we don't get it, but I feel like that would be a missed opportunity if they don't. But think about it. Remember the ending to Monica fighting Hawkeye's DLC. Yeah, they've definitely teased. So you don't think it's coming, but it's possible. That's pretty much it. See, we've been around Avengers too long. That year one hope of like, yeah, they'll definitely do it. That's kind of gone, but it's like I can see them doing it a little bit. Blue Lion with the 10. Appreciate that, bro. With the LOL. Hey, bro, appreciate that 10. Appreciate the support. But, yeah, it's like if they give us a tease for Ultron or the Kree invasion or something like that, let's go. Let's go. After getting Bucky, so that makes whatever, assets they reuse for Cloning Lab with the design, the level design and all of that stuff forgiven because it's like we know something bigger and better is coming. That's fine. This mission was solely to get them out of the way. So no rest for the wicked. And the new revised Cloning Lab was solely just to get AIM out of the way and give us something to do. And appreciate that 10 again, Blue Lion, bro. You're a real one, bro. Appreciate it. Lejeune gave me no hope. See, Lejeune been here before, but he been hurt too many times. He been hurt way too many times. He said they can't hurt him no more. Hopeful June is gone. But that's what I'm saying. Like Lejeune's still here. He's just gonna keep it a buck with you, bro. And that's about all you can hope for at this point. Like that's who I'm following for the Bucky bills. Lejeune is the person I follow for the bills, in addition to a whole lot of other people. But Lejeune, he put you on, bro. Like he is grossly underutilized by the creative program. I wish to this day that they took advantage of people like him in the creative program when it came to showcasing new gameplay. So it's like, I wish he was able to showcase new gameplay for the War Table just to show how cool he can be and how good he can be in the right hands of an actual experienced player. They still haven't got to that yet. There's hope for it to get to that point, but it's like, He's don't dismiss him as like he not overly optimistic as him being down on the game or a hater. It is what it is. So if we get it, it's good. If we don't, it's not unexpected. You get what I'm saying? So it's like I always appreciate the real. And like I said, I definitely appreciate bro still being around this game because it's like he's one of the biggest creators covering this game, and it's like. You need that. Like this game needs all the support it can get behind the scenes and in front of the scenes. So it's like you want Lejeune around. You get what I'm saying? But it's like if we can get a tease, that's dope, bro. I'm telling you, like y'all just got me excited with that. Like we can get a tease for Ultron. Like I kind of forgot about that. Like even considering that as a possibility, I might have to fish around talking to some of the devs and see if I can get a slight tease or confirmation on that because you definitely get a video about that. Besides Captain Marvel, who you think will likely be added to this in 2023? If they're doing just 2 heroes like we got this year, it's a toss-up between She-Hulk and War Machine and then Captain Marvel to end the year. That's what I hope. That's what kind of makes sense right now, but they got their own internal things going on, so it's like I hope the next hero is already in early development. Like I hope they're past paper designs and all of that stuff, and we're just getting to the process of getting things coded and programmed and animated and everything like that. Well, the bot did something with the Cosmic Cube. Yeah, he was definitely in there. You can find the storage room that they, or the vault that they're keeping it in the anthill. I did a video about that not too long ago, when I was speculating about how Bucky actually comes back, because I was saying like Captain America could, use the Cosmic Cube to bring him back. Ultimately, they didn't go that route, but it's like, he does have access to it if he wanted to. Loki, I still want Loki to show up. Yeah, everybody wants Loki to show up. And that's why I was saying, like, I want them to start paying off those teasers that they set up. I wish, and that's something I got to get them, like, direct feedback on. Like, I wish that they genuinely consider exploring iconic missions as the exclusive way of delivering new story content. So when a new hero comes, they will get an iconic mission. So instead of a mission chain, an iconic mission chain. So like maybe 1, 2, or 3 new missions that involve, a war zone or something like that, a villain fight, a mini boss fight, and things like that. And you get more audio logs, you get information, you get gear and all of that stuff. But you're actually playing through mission content. I feel like that is the perfect marriage between multiplayer content and story content. And I really think that's something that's worth exploring, because I understand the operations, that's a lot to invest in, a lot comes with that. But, iconic mission is like, they're not as long, they're not that deep, and it's like they don't have to be as complex as a full-on operation and stuff. And it's like you can skate by with just using some in-game cutscenes of people just standing around talking around the war table and stuff like that. Like, that's enough. Like, that could be enough. You don't have to do like really, grandiose animated cutscenes where people are fighting or, running around, explosions and stuff like that. So it's like people will love it because the story is the most well-received part of this game. But it's like an iconic mission would be a nice middle ground. I think that's something a lot of people would be able to settle for when they know new heroes are coming. So you still give them motion comic trailers and all of that good stuff, but drop in an iconic mission, drop in a new villain or something to come alongside it. You got yourself, a win. That's a solid system you got going there. But it's 3:15. I'm gonna wrap up here, guys. I'm gonna try to get something to eat. I got a stream with Synchro going on later today. But I got more streams coming up. I might do a stream either later tonight or early tomorrow or something like that. I got a video coming out breaking down the worst things Bucky has done. So the things that you may not know about from, like, if you only know him from the MCU, you don't know half of the stuff that he's done that I'll be talking about in this video. So I'm gonna try to have that out by the weekend. And from there, I'm going to try to do a Phase 4 tier list video. So we'll do a stream where I'm reviewing and, ranking all the MCU movies from Phase 4. What's good, E? Appreciate you coming through. Well, like I said, we'll be rocking for the rest of the week, bro. Like, we have more content coming. We definitely be talking about Bucky more. Apparently, there's another trailer in the works that's coming soon, according to the brand manager over on Reddit. So be on the lookout for that. The second that drops, I'll definitely get that uploaded and put out for you guys. But as always, appreciate you guys coming through to hang out. Make sure you drop a like on the video if you enjoy it. Make sure you subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss any content. And like I said, if you enjoy Avengers news and you want up-to-the-minute news, keep it locked here, because the second I get a hold of it, I drop whatever I'm doing and get that information out to you guys. Whether that's on the community tab, whether that's on my Twitter feed at Casual Avenger over on Twitter, or whether that's going live or doing a traditional video. However it is the best way I can communicate that effectively and fast for you guys, I get it done. And I try to be as reliable as I can with that, as well as being fair and objective about whatever I share with you guys. Appreciate you guys beyond belief, bro. I thank you guys so much for rocking with me, and we will definitely be hanging out again. Catch you guys in the next one.